The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 264, being recorded on July the 6th, 2019. That's 2 days after America's birthday. Woo! America, fuck yeah. You guys excited?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good weekend. It's a good weekend so far.
Anyways, I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks On. Today, I'm joined by my friend from the state of Ohio, the Mayo. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Mayo.
Another episode of Horrible Gamers.
That's right. And from the West Coast, the best coast, straight out of California, is falling into the ocean, Gunny Chief. Woo!
Earthquake Central, yeah.
Earthquakes every 30 seconds or something. I saw on the news.
Aftershocks going crazy out here, shaking.
And from New Jersey, Normii. Woo!
Hey, hi. Hey, everybody.
Did I get that right, Normii?
You did.
Oh, man.
Jersey.
That was a good guess. I was like, where's she from? I don't know. What do I say?
Somewhere up there, northeast.
New Hampshire.
Mighty Mo.
The Garden State.
Normii is here, guys, from Zombie Cast, Knuckleballer Radio. I don't know.
The B Team.
Oh, the B Team. Yeah, the B Team. Oh, man, you're everywhere,
Chipzilla.
Yeah, Chipzilla.
Thank you for coming on the show, Normii. I appreciate you.
Dude, totally thank you for having me on. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah. Anyways, guys and girls, you can follow us on Twitter _Horrible Gamers. That's _Horrible Gamers. Just go search that on your Twitter bar, I guess. Leave us a review on iTunes, all that good stuff. Stitcher Radio, thumbs up, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. You can also leave us a review on Facebook on our Facebook page. And then when you're on our Facebook page, you're there. You click like, you leave a review. You can go to the groups that's linked to that page and join our group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. That's close group. That means anything you post in the group is not visible by people outside of the group. And you can always email us feedback at horriblegamers.com and support the show with monies over at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers, like Jonathan Hall has, Alan Maybe, Evan Tanaka, John Jerome, Adam Sunday, Dirty Bite, Robbie Wheat, David Snyder, Brian Capessa, The Mayo, Jonathan Arcelo, Pork Chop Poo, Bo Sissone, Jesse Kraft, Henley M, Subater, Native Lives Matter. Yeah. Native. Fuck yeah. Thank you guys for supporting the show with your monies. Our intro song is done by Fowler and Twistix, and it's called The Breakout. We got a special remix for our intro. And our outro song is done by Broke for Free. It's called Night Owl. Anyways. Guys and girls, I got a story to tell.
A story. We like stories.
Yes,
Please do tell.
Okay.
We've been looking for you all day. Where's Jesus? You coming on?
So today I was going to go change my phone number, right? I called my phone company. I'm like, yo, I need to change my phone number. I need to change this fucking phone number. I don't want this phone number. I'm getting weird calls. You know, like those scammers that call you and tell you you're under arrest by the fucking federal agents or something. It's like, why would a federal agent be calling me that I'm under arrest?
There are better ways to get a hold
Call
of
this
you.
number. Give us an Apple card.
Yeah.
I got
Call us back.
two of them within a half hour. One to my wife and one to me. So I'm like, if they really want us that bad, they can come to the door because I'm really not answering the phone.
Yeah, I got like a voicemail on my phone saying, this is the 5th attempt to contact you. Please call back to speak to an agent. I'm like, fuck this. So I'm like, I need to change my number. So I called the company like, no, you can't change your number because you guys swapped the SIM cards on the phone. So me and my brother, we were both on the same account, right? And we originally I bought the Galaxy phone and he bought the iPhone, but then we ended up switching phones. I got the iPhone and he got the Galaxy, but we wanted the same number. So what we did was switch out the SIM cards, right? It works.
Right.
The company was like, no, we can't do nothing because the SIM cards need to be in the old phone because of IMEI. And dude, it was a fucking hassle, man. So at the end of the day, we had to end up buying like a whole new line on my account.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Just to change my fucking phone number, I had to like buy 2 new phones and like completely cancel my other 2 lines because their phones were paid off already. So I had to cancel them. Oh, it was a bitch, dude. It took like 2 hours, man. Oh,
sounds like they got you.
I feel bad for the people that are. So those numbers are going to go dormant for how long? What, a couple weeks, maybe 2 months, and then it goes back into the
and somebody gets it
back
again.
into the poll, and then somebody's going to get that number and be like,
"This is the police."
You can block them though really easily. I'm constantly plugging mine, and mine like will say, I'll get a number come up. I'm like, oh, and before I even think of who is this, my phone literally tells me likely scam or scam likely.
Yeah, I get that through T-Mobile.
Yeah, and that's who I have also.
Yeah,
so
T-Mobile
I just
was really good about that.
Block.
Yeah, but I don't have T-Mobile. I have like Xfinity. I have Comcast. So it's like fucking. They like. Look, I even asked the girl. I'm like, look, dude. I'm like, I used to be with AT&T and T-Mobile. Like, we could just switch SIM cards and it wouldn't be a problem. And she was like, yeah, I know, but the way our company does it, they tie the SIM card to the phone, and it has to stay with that phone. To like, down. I was like, what? So stupid, and it pissed me off. Anyways, we got a new phone, guys. We got an iPhone SX. Woo!
You ready to give out your number?
516 gigabytes or something like that. That's a lot of gigs. Why would you ever need that many gigabytes?
Because all these apps soak up all our gigabytes, man.
And some people, that's all they have is a phone, right? So they just use that for Netflix and everything else.
Or they're like my wife. She just doesn't delete any pictures at all, ever. So you have like 3 years worth of pictures on her phone.
You're like, oh, look when I was a baby.
I bet you the next phone will probably have like a terabyte. That'll happen in the next 2 years, I bet. Where a phone will have a terabyte data, and that'll be like the big thing. Like, this has 1 terabyte of memory.
Samsung will come out with that first.
Yeah, Samsung will. Yeah,
Apple's gonna an extra $400.
It's gonna cost us a terabyte of dollars too.
Yeah, phones are fucking expensive. This thing's $1,000. I'm like, what the fuck? I was kind of like hesitant signing the contract. I'm like, I don't want to sign this fucking thing.
Yeah, it's scary. I look at those phones, and when I see how much they are, I'm like, that could be 3 months worth of groceries. Do I really want to spend 3 months worth of groceries? These are old lady thoughts, okay? So 3 months worth of groceries for a phone.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, it's fucking crazy how expensive they are. And so yeah, me and my brother got the Galaxy S10. I got the iPhone SX. So yeah, we'll see how it works. I kind of don't like it already.
Not really.
I don't like
really,
it.
because I'm due for an upgrade, and I'm already looking at.
I mean, I like the way it looks. It looks nice, but like it has no home button, and I'm so used to using that home button for everything, and it's like this is like
I use that all the time, especially
like
being in
a
the
swiping thing. You got to swipe up, and you don't use your finger to unlock it anymore. You use your face. You look at it, and it unlocks. It's fucking weird. But I guess I'll get used to it. Whatever. I'm stuck with Apple for life. I think at this point, I'm just stuck.
Oh.
I'm stuck, guys. Like, they got me in their ecosystem. I can't leave.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a slave.
Go, Apple for life.
Anyways, guys and girls, also, I went to see a movie yesterday, and I don't know if you guys want to talk about a movie real quick. I want to talk about a movie real quick. I watched that movie called Midsummer.
Okay. Yep. SOMMER. Right.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's about like these kids that go to Sweden with their friend. Dude, that movie has to be one of the weirdest, darkest movies I've ever watched in my life. Like right off the bat, to deal with like suicide.
Is it a horror?
It's not horror. Like it's supposed to be like I don't know if it's horror. I think it's more of a thriller, more of like suspense. Okay. There's nothing really scary. It's just dark. Like it's really dark. Like right off the bat, to deal with the topic of suicide, like this girl kills herself and her parents with like, she ties like gas hoses or like hoses, like yard hoses with duct tape to the cars and turns them on and like puts the hoses on their parents' bedroom and tapes over the door and like kills her parents while they're asleep.
So she takes everybody out.
Yeah, and then she tapes like a hose into her face and like chokes herself out with fucking gas or like it's fucking crazy, right? Like it's just fucking real like dark fucking movie, dude. And like I haven't seen a movie that shows this much gore in a long time. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Are movies really gory these days? I haven't seen a movie that's really gory in a long time. And this legit shows like people getting their heads caved in on like a huge hammer, like just like their heads are getting caved in, and it's fucking crazy, man. So I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty weird. When am I getting a static? I'm getting a static, guys.
I hear that too.
I heard it.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Where's that static coming from? Normie, what are you doing, Normie?
Just blame it on me, because I'm always the one that has got the technical difficulties. So it's just easy. Just like, it's Normie's fault.
Normie's fault, guys. We're sorry. But yeah, that movie, I don't know. I guess if you want to see something that's fucking weird about a cult in Sweden, go watch it. I don't know. Don't recommend taking no kids with you at all. It's really
My
weird.
wife's, she's into those movies, so I'm sure she's going to want to see it day one when it comes out on Netflix or out for rent.
It's the dude that made that movie Hereditary. He's the same director.
I've seen Hereditary. Yeah. I don't like horror movies, believe it or not. Even though I'm like on Zombie Cast, but like gore doesn't call to me. Thriller does. So it's probably something I will not watch. Yeah. Although I do like, I know this is so morbid, but the idea of this girl and what she did and see that story, but the gore part I could probably live without.
Yeah, it's really gory. And it's like about a cult. It seems like a cult recruitment video or something. It's fucking
like
weird.
She was...
Like, no, these kids, like a college kids, go to Sweden with their friend, and in Sweden, their friend lives like in this commune, and he's like trying to show them like, hey, every 90 years we do this celebration or whatever. I want you guys to come and experience it with me or whatever. And so they go to fucking Sweden with their friend, and little do they know, they start finding out like there's some weird shit going on in this fucking commune. Everyone's kind of like related.
Crazy.
Everyone's kind of married to each other. It's like, what the fuck's going on here, dude?
They're all wearing white robes.
Yeah, all wearing white robes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
It's just there was some real funny scenes, though, too, in the movie where, like, legitimately, like, people were laughing in the theater. And there wasn't that many people there, like a few couples, besides us. And we were just like, there was a part in the movie where the dudes stand up and they start humming, like, these two old people stand up at the dinner table. And, like, this movie is like that movie that came out last year, that The Quiet Place. Or was that?
Oh, that was
the Quiet movie. When people don't talk. Yeah, the people don't talk, right? So like this movie had scenes like that where like everything was just quiet and all you would hear was like the blades of grass moving or like the clinking of like a knife and hitting like a plate, like they're cutting up their meat or whatever. They're about to eat dinner. Like all you hear is like these like weird like quiet noises. But like these people out of nowhere stood up and started like humming like, oh, like fucking humming like some weird shit. And I couldn't help but fucking start cracking the fuck up because everything was so quiet. And all of a sudden these two old people stood up in like the fucking movie. They stood up at the dinner table and they started humming and like I couldn't fucking stop laughing. I was laughing for like 3 minutes straight. I was fucking the whole time they were on the screen. I was just fucking crying, laughing, and the people around me were probably pissed. But I was like, I couldn't help myself, and I couldn't stop laughing either. I was like, this is bad. This is fucking bad.
That is funny. I'm the one that laughs at the most inopportune moments in a movie, so I feel you.
Yeah.
You just get that tickle in your stomach and you just can't stop.
You're like, fuck, this is the worst. And you want to stop because you're like, oh, fuck, this is kind of embarrassing.
At the parts you're not supposed to laugh at.
Yeah, like this is like it's like a total serious part in the movie, right? It's all quiet. It's just supposed to be like this tense part. And I'm just fucking dying laughing at the people on the screen.
So when you take the popcorn and you like shove your mouth full of popcorn and try not to choke on it.
I'm like, oh shit. I was like, I can't even shut up. I was like, fuck. But it was funny. It was a fun time. Fun movie. Fun time, guys. Anyways, Gunny Chief, I need you to update us on the earthquake situation. Earthquake Watch 2019. Update us.
Yeah, so I just got power back after the road split open and lava started pouring out in the middle of the road out here.
Oh shit!
This is down in Southern California.
Oh, it's not near you at all?
No, this is even south of Sean Fuller.
Sean Fuller says he felt it though.
No, because he's down in Fresno. He's
closer to it.
Probably like 400 miles south.
This is happening like near LA, right? Because people in Las Vegas that I know are telling me that they feel the earthquakes. In Vegas.
Yeah, so north of LA and south of Fresno. Yeah. Basically, I want to say it's south of Bakersfield. I wonder how they fared.
Yeah,
like a 7.1 or whatever it was.
Big. That was, and the two of them. It was like one was like a 6.0, right? The other one was like a 7 point something. Like really big earthquakes.
I'm just glad
like they weren't
it wasn't
small.
like a metropolis, somewhere.
It's like in the desert or something, right? Like a fucking mountains is where it's happening. It's not happening like inside a city. That's the good thing because they would fuck a city up.
Yeah, so it's just like south underneath like large forest.
That's good, but it's still swaying buildings, man. That's kind of crazy shit.
That's scary.
Yes, definitely. You guys can have it.
I've been through an earthquake once.
I remember
here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We actually had one. We had one here in Ohio like a month ago up by Cleveland area, and they said it was like a 4.0.
Guys, you know what this is?
News for a while.
This is Microsoft's new marketing strategy for Gears of War 5.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
they create earthquakes to make the locusts come out of the ground. Look at a big marketing
talking about
campaign.
locusts, we're already seeing locusts on this side of the earth. So you're right.
Yeah.
On this side of the, the state.
They start climbing out. Shit, we got a problem.
They start climbing out of the holes and shit. Like, oh, that's how it happens.
It is.
That's kind of scary, though, Gunny. Honestly, though, if I were you, I would evacuate. Evacuate now, Gunny. Evacuate. We're giving the order.
The short clip videos and people posting on Twitter. Some people we actually know. And some are, streamers and things like that. And they were just showing some videos of cracks in the side of buildings, the sidewalks, and swimming pools swaying everywhere. That is scary.
I heard that some people are like sleeping outside and shit. Like they sleep in their cars. They don't sleep in their house.
And you're just not safe no matter what, right? Because there's a house, it's dangerous because you have this big building collapse on you. But if you're in a car, the earth can swallow you up. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
you're just screwed no matter what.
I'm an hour north of San Francisco, and we're prone to earthquakes up here. So we've got to get a bug out bag ready.
That's right. They're saying
posting on social media.
And they're saying like an earthquake every minute or something. I saw that on the news today. Like, we're experiencing aftershocks every minute or so.
It's crazy.
That is scary.
So
scary.
Stay safe out there, folks in Southern Cal. Johnny Nifron, all you guys.
Stay safe, guys. Listeners of the podcast, stay safe out there. Yeah. Escape, guys. You know how to escape. Evacuate.
East Coast.
Come over here. Coast. We don't really have earthquakes. Come over here.
Go to Texas. Go to Denver somewhere. Montana, maybe?
Yeah. That's scary shit, dude. I would be scared. I experienced one earthquake my whole life when I was a kid. And it was weird waking up in the middle of the night to like everything shaking. And you're like, what the fuck? Is the bed shaking or is the house shaking?
And it's weird, right? Because you can't control it and your body knows. Something's not right here. And your body's all shaking. And
everything's fucking moving. You're like, whoa, what's going on?
Literally, I remember the walls. I mean, my dad would have like a handsaw.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen a handsaw before. I'm from the Stone Age, so maybe they don't exist anymore. But it literally felt like the walls were like a handsaw. Like it was just wobbly. I've never seen a structure move like that in my life. And my legs were wobbly too. And I'm like, no, but I have my feet planted on the ground. This is weird. Something's not right here. I thought I was losing my mind.
Nice. But yeah, anyways, guys and girls, let's get into video game talk here. Anyways, we hope everyone stays safe in California. Stay safe in California. You know, we love you guys out there.
Stay prepared.
Yes.
There's been earthquakes off the Oregon coast too, though, man. I'm getting nervous too up here.
You ever get those tsunami warnings?
Once in a while, but I'm so like far inland that I don't think a tsunami would ever reach me. I'm pretty far over here. Pretty far.
They'd all come to you. Okay.
They'd all run this way, but
like, I'm going to pinpoint Jesus, and they're going to all come to him. Everybody,
plenty of water supplies for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyways, let's talk about video games. I want to talk about something I played this week, guys. I bought it on the Steam sale.
Ooh, what did you buy? It's a lot of great sales.
I bought a lot of shit on the Steam sale that I shouldn't have bought. But
of course,
I bought Jurassic World Evolution. Woo!
Yay! Me too.
Whoa.
Me too.
So Jurassic World Evolution, obviously this is a game that came out last year. It came out on everything last year. It's on sale this year. The game is good. I'm already on the third island, I think. Yeah, or the second island.
I'm hooked already after playing it on the Mayo Pass twice, and I'm like, why am I not buying this? Because I want to be able to play it whenever I want. So yeah, I definitely made that purchase.
So how far have you got, Gunny? What dinosaurs have you unlocked so far?
All right, so I actually had to Google this because those dinosaurs have some long-ass names, but
yeah.
I think it's the Allosaurus. It's the one with the short hands, and it's the carnivore that kind of eats your little dinosaurs.
This one?
And there's a couple more that are after that show up on my list, but I don't have enough genome to basically hibernate them.
You fucking Normie, dude. I swear to God.
He's didn't see my impression?
It was a good one. I was convinced.
Thanks. I'm good, right?
Yeah, man. So I unlocked some big ass dinosaurs, Gunny. And you know what the fuck? The game is weird, right? Because the security guy in the beginning, he has you like create this big dinosaur, and he's like, "Okay, to test our security, open the gate." I'm like, "What?"
I couldn't believe it when I first saw that. I couldn't believe it either.
Wait! You have to open the gate to test the security?
Yeah, just let him out. Just let the dinosaur
out. First
out.
clue there to run far away.
Wait for some small children in front of the gate.
Yeah.
That way they get a chance to chase
That's like
something.
the only thing I was like, wait for people to stand there in front of the gate and then open the gate. That was ridiculous. I'm like, what kind of fucking shit is going on here? Like, and then the dude is like all justified, like, yeah, that's a pretty good security measures you got. It's like, yeah, the dinosaur almost killed somebody. What do you mean that's some pretty good security measures? It's fucking crazy talk. We're gonna open the gate. Just go ahead and open the gate, guys. No worries. If somebody dies, it's cool. We're just testing security.
It's okay. That's all.
But yeah. So I'm playing the game, and on the PC it runs really good, man. But I can't. I hate the mouse and keyboard controls, so I'm playing it with the controller.
Oh, really? I figured these games are kind of built for mouse and keyboard, so I figured you probably liked it better.
No, I hated it.
I
fucking hated it. I couldn't figure out how to like rotate and how to like do things, and I was like, you know what?
Oh.
Like as soon as I picked up the controller, it's like I knew it already because it's exactly like the Xbox, and I already have played it on the Xbox so long that it's just like it's intuitive. It's just like boom, 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 boom. It works really well for a controller.
Yeah, I think it's just literally just hold the mouse wheel in and move the mouse, and it will rotate.
It's like City
the camera.
Skylines. But I know you played that on Xbox first. But
No, it's not. It's not click on the mouse wheel, Mayo. That's like zoom in and out, I think. But
no, I think rolling the mouse wheel zooms in and out, and then click and hold it in, and then move the mouse.
That's how you rotate. Because I couldn't fucking rotate. I was like, "What is rotate?" And it was like Z and X or some shit, and I was like, fuck this.
Oh well, if you want to place a building down, I think it was the Z and X.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it was bad.
That rotates the building.
On controller, it's just like LB, just LB. You just rotate the building and boom, put it down. I don't know. Personally, I think that a controller is way better for the game. It's just my preference. I know a lot of you PC Master Racers out there going, "You're playing this shit wrong, Jesus."
No,
my ears are melting.
A true PC Master Race is going to say, you know what? You can play it however you want because
there you go.
You are on the PC. You can do any.
As long as you're playing on the PC, you're still cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Were you playing this in 1440p, Jesus?
Yes, I was. Ultra settings.
I'm going to give you a pass this one time.
Ultra settings, Gunny.
Ultra.
Whoa.
100 plus FPS?
No, smooth. Actually, I was surprised that it wasn't 100 plus. It was like 80 something. It was really weird. The thing is, I need to overclock my graphics card. Mm-hmm. I need to do that.
I will walk you through it sometime when we get a chance.
I need to do that, Mayo. And so, yeah, I played a little bit of that. Of course, Jurassic World Evolution. It's a really good game, dude. It's so much fun to just, like, fuck around and see what kind of dinosaurs you can make. And there's so many you can make. Honestly, there's a lot.
There is quite
a base game.
Large list.
How do you make them? Like the the usual way, or
there's a little dinosaur.
Another little.
No,
dinosaur.
so I don't know if you remember the first movie, Normie, where like the dudes found that mosquito or whatever inside. that
and they took the DNA or whatever.
So pretty much is the same thing in this game where you send out like fossil teams around the world. Like, you pay them so much money, like $100,000 to send them to this place, and they fly away in the little helicopters. They get there, they dig up a bone or something, and it's kind of like automated. You don't see them doing that. You're still in the park while they go off and do that. You can see them on the map. And then they come back after so many minutes, like 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever. They come back, and then they're like, "Hey, we found this many fossils." And they'll be like, "This is we found like this special rock. It has no DNA in it, like no dinosaur DNA, but you can sell it for like $50,000 or whatever. It's like a diamond." And then we found like these other two fossils, and this is for like a triceratops, and this is for like a fucking big monster dinosaur or whatever. And then then you have your extraction team. You pay them money to extract the DNA out of the fossil, and depending on how good of a fossil they found, say they found a 5-star fossil, you might get like a 10% boost to the genome, which is the DNA like strand or whatever, and then it'll go up 10%. And I think once you get it to like is it 50% when it's viable to like start making?
I think it was, yeah.
So like I think once you get it, like say a Triceratops, you have it at 0, but you go and find a bunch of fossils for a Triceratops, and then you get it to 50% off of the fossils, like you get it up to 50% DNA genome, then you can start actually like trying to hatch one. So you go to your hatching labs, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna pay you like $250,000 to like hatch me a Triceratops, and they'll try to do it off of the 50% genome that you've unlocked already. And the thing is, the lower the genome, the more likely it'll fail. Like, obviously, a 50% chance, you have a 50% chance of failure. And it just won't work. So, like, you're just wasting money at that point. Like, you're wasting $250,000 every time you're trying to do it because it's not working.
Right.
And then, like, so you keep saying on your teams to dig up more fossils and shit, and then you make the dinosaurs. And then you don't know really nothing about the dinosaurs. You have no details about them until you actually make the first one. And when you make the first one, that's when you get details about, like, okay, this dinosaur has a lifespan of 20 years, and it could do this, and it likes to eat grass or whatever the fuck, and it likes this much water, it likes to be around this many other dinosaurs. So it gives you, like, a list of things. And then later on, you can, like, genetically modify the dinosaurs. So, like, say they're really not aggressive, but you want them to make them, you want to make them aggressive. You'd be like, I want to make this dinosaur more aggressive. I want it to be more of a entertainment for the people to like fight other dinosaurs. So you make it more aggressive by adding like certain type of DNA into it, like whatever reptile DNA or whatever.
This is pretty detailed game. It's not like a like a Mario game where you're just taking a little dinosaur for a walk and be like, hey, little buddy, let's go over here.
Yeah, little Yoshi just eating an egg and spitting it out.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I really like the game. I made like a little enclosure for like this, like it's almost like a T-Rex. I don't know what the fuck he's like, a T-Rex's like little brother.
Oh, Junior.
But I made him. Yeah, but he's fucking big and he's eating like all the little dinosaurs I put in there with him. Yeah.
Oh no! I guess he just making like a really mean dinosaur. Mine would be all pretty and nice.
Motherfucker's mean
very
as shit.
Gentle. They'd love each other.
You know what? Just to provoke it, I didn't put no feeder in there for it. Like, it has, like, no food coming to it.
Oh, no.
So instead, I released, like, little dinosaurs in this cage so, like, I see it attack other dinosaurs. I'm like, yes! Entertainment for the people!
See, I did that, but I put the feeder in, and it still wants to eat the smaller dinosaurs.
Good. That means your dinosaurs.
I'm like, now you're eating I just paid, like, 20, 30,000 for those smaller ones.
You're like, this is not for the
50 grand. Don't eat my little guys.
And then I released 2 more of those big guys in there, and then now there's a pack of 3 of them in there. Like the big guys are in there, 3 of them, but like one of them is the alpha out of all of them, and it says like it has like a little crown next to his like symbol. It's like this is the alpha of the pack. So it's like, what if I get him to fight another alpha? Yeah,
like queen bee on another one.
Cool
yeah,
game.
I think I'm up to now like 2 enclosures.
Yeah, me too.
Or I made a separate one because that carnivore is just eating everything. So I'm trying to figure out what dinosaurs go best with them, so that they're not always, either. I mean, they're going to fight, but they're not going to eat the other smaller dinosaurs. I'm just kind of growing my population at this point. The what?
Yeah.
It's like owning a fish tank, knowing what fish to put with what.
Yeah, and you can put
is.
fish tanks down too, like little fish hatcheries.
You can actually, you can make like dinosaur fish. I so want to make a dinosaur fish, like a big shark or something.
Yeah, because I like when you put what is it? You put like the sheep enclosure in there, and then that thing like runs into the water. It's like, I'm out of here. Goodbye. Don't eat me.
Yeah.
Like the Megalodon.
But yeah, the game is fun. I like it. And what else have I played this week? Mayo and I, we played some Apex Legends. Woo! Season 2 is out. I bought the season pass.
We kind of played Apex. I think it was kind of like I just kind of followed you around and just tried to shoot anybody that shot you.
I got you back, bro.
You got some damage in though. Like,
yeah, I had a couple rounds where I had like 280 damage and 0 kills.
It was pretty good.
Something.
But yeah, we met a pretty interesting character. This guy it was a dude, right? That we met.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy, I forget his name.
He actually joined the channel.
He joined the Discord channel. Yeah, we met him, and he's a pretty interesting character. Talked quite a bit, but yeah, seems like a pretty interesting dude, and we played with him for quite a few matches. Yeah.
Was he like, anybody got a mic? Anybody got a mic?
We were actually the ones trying to talk to him, and he was like, I got a mic, and then we're like, oh, fuck.
Well, didn't he ask us like what we were communicating through? Because we said we were in Discord, and then he joined us.
Yeah, because the thing is, on the chat on Titan... Oh, not on Titanfall.
Is that a Bad Bow Tim?
No, it's another dude. The chat in Apex, dude, sucks. It's so crackly, and it sounds bad. It's cutting out. It literally sounds like chat from, like, 1950s or some shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it is bad. It's cutting out.
Before like computers existed for home use.
It's zero effort put into it.
Yeah, it's like Apex doesn't give a fuck about the chat in the game. Like, voice chat is horrible. And, like, Fortnite, voice chat is pretty decent. You can hear people in Fortnite and talk to them. Clearly. It's very clear. Even crossplay, you can hear them very clear. And on Apex, though, man, it's just bad. It really is terrible. I'm gonna have a $120 microphone, and it sounds like I'm talking to a tin can. And it's not my end, because the people on the stream can hear me perfectly fine. It is literally the game that the other people cannot hear me.
Do you think that developers just know that, like Discord and that, we have such better options out there that they may not really want to put the time into it anymore?
That's what I think.
They just have a feeling. I mean, why spend the time and the research and everything to get it working when they just know we're probably going to use Discord anyways?
Yeah,
like,
so
they lower the bandwidth.
It's ridiculous, but yeah, I was talking shit to these two assholes. The one during the stream, those two dickheads that they were just... Like, as soon as I get in, right, I'm like, what's up, dudes? And they're like, oh, shut the fuck up. I'm like, fuck you and fuck you. And fuck both of you dicks. And I was just talking, we were just talking shit to them.
No point in, like, being nasty to somebody. Somebody's just saying hi. They're being cordial.
No, they were being dicks. They were, like, being dicks.
No, I know, but you were being cordial.
Oh, yeah, I was just being super
And then
cool.
they freak out.
They're like, shut the fuck up. Like, that was the first thing they told me was, like, shut the fuck up. I was like, well, fuck both of you, like, fucking bitches. Like, oh, fuck you guys. I don't like you motherfuckers either. And we actually ended up winning. So they actually carried me through the whole match. They were fucking good. I'm not going to lie. They were really good. But, like, I told them, like, you guys need to get a better game. Like, you guys need to go buy some games because you guys are obviously playing this shit because you're poor or something. You guys can't afford a game. They got really mad at me when I said that because they were talking shit about my microphone, right? They're like, your microphone sounds like a fucking $20 Walmart mic. I'm like, yeah, it probably costs more than whatever you spend on this game. And they were fucking pissed, dude. And then, I told them to go get, like, a better game because obviously they were way too high rank and they keep playing this game over and over. Fucking dicks. But we won.
Like Call of Duty Prestige 3 times.
Yeah. But the thing is, I would have got kills that round. They kept stealing all my kills. All my knockdowns, they took. And I know they took them because I would get, like, notifications that says, like you got so much assist on this knockdown, on this kill, you got this much assist. I'm like,
people steal my kills.
What the fuck? Piss me off,
I get pissed when people steal my kills. I get it.
Being new, do you get the kill for the kill or the knock? Like PUBG, you get the kill for the knock. Even if somebody finishes them off, you still get the kill for the knock.
Nope, you just get you don't even get the knock. It's just I think the knock may still count, but you don't get the kill. Somebody, like, if you knock someone and somebody just finishes them off.
XP.
Yeah. Okay, so it's whoever finishes them.
So that's what these were doing. Like, I had knocked, like, I probably knocked like 3 or 4 people that round because we were fighting quite a bit. We were just constantly going into fights. I think they were trying to get me killed, but they just kept reviving me, those dicks. And then,
so they can.
Because I went down like twice, and they actually revived me. So I'll give them props on that. They were actually like, okay, we're gonna revive them. Even though they were talking shit to me the whole time, and I was talking shit to them. It was kind of funny to see them.
Nice,
maybe it was a mutual respect then.
Yeah, we were just talking shit to each other. They did invite me to the next match, but I was like, I don't want to deal with these dicks again. You know what I mean? Maybe they were just testing me to see how much shit I could talk. I don't know, because sometimes I'm like that with people, you know, like, see how much shit you can talk to me, and then maybe we could be friends.
That, or maybe it was just bonding. Just like guy bonding.
Just how like guys bond, yeah.
Male bro bonding, bro.
Locker room talk.
I could say something so inappropriate, but I will keep my mouth shut.
But yeah, it was a fun time playing with people, and I really like the new updates that they've done to Apex Legends. They have quality of life updates. So like now in the main menu, you can actually toggle which kind of music you want. They have the new season, the music for the new season. Or they have the music the classic Apex music. So you can switch that. Like, you may think, oh, well, what's a big deal? You got to change the music. It's not a big deal, but it's a little quality of life change. You know what I mean? Maybe you get tired of the old music. You want to change it to the new one. Go ahead. They've also added the ability now to see your stats and how many kills you got with the person that you have displayed on your main screen. You can like scroll over him and kind of see like, oh, you've got so many knockdowns with this guy, so many headshots, so many kills, so many wins, so many this. So it shows you like all your damage done with each player, etc.
That's nice.
Super. It's just little quality of life changes. That's all I'm gonna say, and it works really good. And I actually like the way the battle pass is done this time around, where there's challenges, but they don't seem impossible to do. They're all very like doable challenges. You know what I mean? Like, get so much damage in this little area of the map, or land here 3 times, or go here and open up a door, kick a door open or something. Like, just little shit like that, you know? Like, it's not like, get 50 kills, no scope, 360 with this gun. It's only like a unique drop. Like, it's nothing like that. So, I actually like the challenges. I like the way the battle pass is done this time. I'm actually level 8 or 9 in the battle pass now. Ranking up slowly but surely. And like I said, it's not all based on challenges. You can still rank up by simply playing the game. You don't have to do the challenges. You can still rank up by just playing and getting XP. It's just going to get you way faster through the battle pass if you are actually focusing on some of the challenges. Even if you're just doing the weekly ones, or maybe you're doing a daily one. Maybe you don't want to do all of them because you don't want to play as a certain character, but you want to do one of them. It'll help you quite a bit because it gives you like 3,000 XP towards your level, which is a lot. Because each level is like 20,000 XP or even more than that, I think. So it takes quite a bit to level up. You know, because each match you're getting like 400 XP, 500 XP. So if you're just gonna grind it out that way, you're gonna have to be playing the game a whole bunch, and pretty much only playing this game.
And be yelling at guys like Jesus.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I was just saying hi.
You got challenges to complete.
Yeah. So there's that. Apex Legends. What else did I play this week? Don't remember anything else that I played.
Oh, Cop Simulator? A little bit of that?
A little bit of Cop Simulator. I couldn't get into a multiplayer match. I can't find people. I know Native owns the game. I know, like, if somebody in the community I know Native owns it. So, like, I want to play with you. I'm pretty sure if I was to start a lobby, I'm the only person playing multiplayer, you would be able to, like, just join the multiplayer and find me and play with me, and we could play cops. Woo! That game is so much fun. It's a
right,
dumb fun.
For me.
It's dumb fun game. Woo! Cheese, Normie. Woo! Anyways, I'm gonna regret that. But besides that, I played some more Three Kingdoms, Total War 3 Kingdoms. That game is still going pretty good for me. And yeah. And that's really it. What else did I bought GTA 5 on the Steam sale, guys.
Did you play it? Because you bought that last week.
I did.
Right.
I played it a little bit. I played the beginning of the game where like you're.
Are you just starting with single player or multiplayer?
No, I started with the single player. So like, you know how in the beginning of the game you robbed a bank or whatever with Michael and the white dude. I think his name is Trevor. The other dude. And then you guys are robbing the bank in like Maine or something, or Canada or something like that, and you're like, Michael gets shot, and it shows Michael's funeral, and then it cuts over to Michael like sitting inside a psychiatrist's office talking about his fucking kid, and I fucking hate my wife, I hate my kids, they're all fucking spoiled. Yeah, and then it goes into the intro with like Franklin stealing the doctor's cars and all that shit. So like, I did all that, and I thought the game looks really good on PC. I don't know how to get the mods to work, Mayo. I need fucking help, but those things are a bitch to install. I downloaded like so many things, and fucking my hard drive is full of garbage. I need to delete everything on my computer now.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out. I actually tried launching GTA the other day, and it ran kind of weird on my PC. Like, so the first time I ran through it, I had this noticeable little like hiccup in the screen. It would just kind of like a little stutter for like a second, like maybe every minute, kind of like something Brink had back when he had Division. So I messed with it a little bit, and I went back into the settings and I literally just turned the game down because I had it running on ultra. Still did it. Went ahead and limited the frame rate to 60, and I locked it at 60, and I had the Steam frame rate counter up, and it would still say, even though it was locked at 60 FPS, it was still showing it was running like 80 FPS, even though in the options it was showing locked at 60. And I was still getting a little stutter, so I'm not sure. What I might do, I might uninstall it and put it on my SSD hard drive, because right now it's on a regular hard drive. Just because I put it on there to save room. I didn't know how much I'd be playing it. I think I'm going to give it a shot and put it on a faster hard drive and see if that's maybe what my stutter is. Like just trying to load something in there or what it is. But I wanted to make sure it was running smooth before I started modding it. But I've been reading up on it. And I think I got it figured out. So I'll be able to help you with it once we get it going.
Yeah.
With those mods, are they directly with like the Rockstar? Like
no.
What launcher? Is it a separate website kind of thing?
They're within the game, so like you'll put a mod folder in the game files, and basically the mods you're gonna put into it will go into that mod folder, and when the game launches, it will read it just like a regular file that's gonna read all the other files in. So it's just somebody that knows how to program and somebody that knows how to edit that stuff, and the game understands it and it works with the game. So you can take it out anytime you want. You just got to remove that mod folder out of the game files, and the game would run like normal. Because I know we can't play online if we have any mods on. So, like, we can't play anything like GTA Online because of the mods. But if you want to take it out, you could just drag it out of that directory and launch it, and the game will run fine because the mods files are not in there. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Sweet. Cool.
But yeah, we'll get it going soon. I'll try to mess with it this week.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit ass game. Anyways, what else was on sale this week on the Steam machines? I don't know. I think that's all I played. That's all I played, guys. Woo!
A lot of indie titles.
What do you mean a lot of indie titles?
That were on sale, that were good.
Oh, I thought you said that I played a lot of indie titles.
No. I'm the indie title guy. Play my Demon Paper Cuts.
I picked up a couple.
Oh, wait, I played PUBG this week, guys. I just forgot.
Wait, man. I wanted to play PUBG with you the other night, and you're like, ugh. And then I get, and I'm like, all right, I guess we can play Apex.
That was added for dramatic effect, Mayo. That's all.
And then I get on the show, and then I hear, I played PUBG this week.
Oh, yeah. So I played a little bit of PUBG this week. So the new update is out. The new Grab the Ledge update on the PC. And I actually played on Erangel twice or 3 times. I had 3 matches on there. And the game seems to run a lot better now. Like I'm constantly getting above 130 frames per second through the match. And I actually got a few kills that round. I was like surprised. I'm like, fuck, I'm getting kills and shit. Like, this is pretty legit. But I still suck. I mean, I fucking suck. Those guys are too good. Like, there's a difference in the Battle Royale scene. If you want to play Fortnite or PUBG or Apex or Realm Royale or whatever Battle Royale it is that you're going to play, you better stick to that one Battle Royale and get good at that one Battle Royale, because there's no getting good at Apex and PUBG or or one. PUBG and Fortnite.
You guys stick to one or the other?
Yeah, in my situation, yes. I don't know. There's some people out there that I guess could do pretty good at all of them. But that's because they have so much time to dedicate to all of them. I don't have that much time to dedicate to all of them. Like obviously, like Dr. Disrespect and those guys can be good at multiple games because they have like all day to game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
16-hour days.
Yeah, they could game. Yeah, they could game for 20 hours and be like, I want to play 10 hours of Apex and 10 hours of PUBG. You know, like me, I can only play 10 hours of one game, so I need to dedicate those 10 hours to one of them, and that's either PUBG, Fortnite, or Apex, or Realm. Fuck Realm. Realm Royale's not even in the picture.
Have any of us even played Realm Royale?
I played a little bit of it. Yeah, I played it with actually
That's a GFNG thing.
Snyder and Allen. Yeah, actually, they play that hobo-ass fucking
I think I played it, like, maybe,
game.
like, day one, maybe.
Same here.
And
No one plays that
Just
shit.
loved
There's
it.
like 2,000 players on Steam or something. A hobo ass game. Fuck that shit.
Well, now that you're saying Fortnite, I don't know if you guys are watchers of Stranger Things, but they have all kinds of Stranger Things skins right now available. So if you're into Stranger Things and you like Fortnite, you can purchase a Hopper skin. You could be a Demigorgon skin. I'm trying to think of what other kind of things that you see. The Demigorgon. And there's even the ice cream shop in the game itself. There's a couple other things I'm not completely aware of, but I'm not personally the player, Fortnite. I played 2 games. The first game I ever played, I came in second. No, the second game I ever played, I came in second. And I was so proud of my awesome second place thing. I never played it again because I didn't want to ruin that.
Leave on top.
Leave your legacy right there.
Yep.
Right? So, but other people at my house play. So I was watching that. And of course, we totally binged Stranger Things 3 in one day on July 4th. So it was kind of cool to see those skins, and I just finished watching that whole season. So there's that.
Yeah, I still have yet to watch that. Season 3.
The best
No
one
spoilers.
so far. No spoilers. Best one so far, though. IMO.
But, yeah.
And good music. Good show, good music.
Tell us what you've been playing, Normie.
Okay, so I'm kind of going through a dry spurt right now, but so my best friend, her daughter's is little, and she's like, Auntie Normie, can we play some video games together? She's little, but she loves to play video games. I'm like, sure, pick a game. She's like, let's play Roblox. So I'm like, okay, I've never played Roblox. And I'm a Roblox believer. I didn't realize that Roblox has like 50 million games within itself. It's almost like a Club Penguin or a, oh my goodness, what was the other one that my son really, really loved a lot? I can't think of the name now, but you have a bunch of different mini games in between and a bunch of servers. So just because you pick one game doesn't necessarily make me on the same server as somebody. So I got stuck on a roller coaster, on a roller coaster typhoon on there, and it's like really cheesy, but I have learned a lot about myself that I cannot build a roller coaster for the life of me. So I spent an hour and a half trying to build a stupid roller coaster.
Are you playing that? You were playing the theme park tycoon, weren't you?
Yes, theme park tycoon.
My daughter loves that shit,
and
dude.
it's awesome. Except for I can't build a stupid roller coaster for my life. And when I finally think I get it, the stupid carts catch on fire because they crash into everything. So I'm like, I just spent all this time.
I
on
need
doing
to
this
show
stupid
you
thing.
the park my daughter built on the Xbox, dude. She built a fucking crazy looking.
I'm sure it kicks
park.
my rear end to like
it's
the moon and back
insane.
again.
I'm like, and the thing is, it was funny. I was laughing at her one day because she kept putting trash cans like every 3 feet. I'm like, why is there so many fucking trash cans in this park? She was like, because if there's no trash cans, the people are dirty and they're gonna throw trash on the ground. And I'm like, damn, she has a point.
Yeah, she does. I have maybe 10 trash cans in my whole park. Maybe. I have 50 million benches.
Yeah.
I have like a lot of bathrooms, but like not very many trash cans. And my park looks cute, except that my cars keep crashing into each other. I can't build a stupid roller coaster. I built a cute little train ride, and I'm like, finally, I got it. Same stupid problem. The cart gets to the end, and there's this big firebomb.
Hey, Gunny.
I need to get my son in there because he plays this game 10 hours a day
What I'm
for the
hearing,
last
Gunny,
2 years.
What I'm hearing is we need to get together and not go to any Jesus or Normie theme park because you either going to get eaten or burn to death. Is what it's starting to sound.
It's the dirtiest, most dangerous parks ever. Yeah.
I will smother you with love, but it will suck because you will die on my roller coasters.
Yeah,
Burn the fire.
Jesus, parks, you'll just get eaten alive, and he'll be laughing maniacally right behind the screens over there, like the Dr. Oz, like Oz. From Wizard of Oz.
The park my daughter built, she actually built a pretty cool roller coaster, and then what was really cool was underneath the roller coaster, she put the water ride, like with the little swan seats, and I'm like, whoa, that looks so cool, and she was like, yeah, I know, and I'm like, where the fuck did you get these imagination to like do this? Like, you put the roller coaster over the water, but yet the people can still ride the ride in the water, and It's fucking cool as shit. I'm like,
she's got to show me how she did the water thing because I can't do my water roller coasters because I have no water.
You got to terraform. You got to like, I think she lowered the ground. Like you got to make like the ground lower.
So I have to dig. Oh,
yeah,
geez.
you make it like
now I got to add more elements to this stupid game.
You add water to it or something, and it makes a lake or some shit. It's really weird. She figured it all out though. She's really good at that tycoon shit.
She's got to teach me some pointers. So that's what I've been playing mostly. I'm a big Animal Crossing Pocket Edition fan, so I have that on my phone, Animal Crossing, every single day. And I do play Pokemon Go. I do it individually and as a family, and we do Pokemon Community Day. And my son has a couple of his friends, so it's actually kind of nice because if you play Pokemon Go, you tend to take down gyms and get legendary Pokemons. And when it was just the three of us, we had to wait for like a huge crowd. We go to New York City and wait for, New York, you've got people all over the place. So those were easy to take down for the most part. But when it's just us three, no one else will talk to any strangers. I'm the only goofball that would go to somebody I don't know and be like, hey, I see you playing Pokemon Go. You want to help us take down this gym? If not, we just don't get anything done. But now that my son's friends comes along with us, and I'm not saying like little kids. They're like seniors in high school. They're older kids, right? So
we must a pack of kids with her playing Pokemon Go.
We must be like the funniest crowd ever. And of course, they all tower over me by like 1.5 feet. So I'm surrounded by all these teenage boys that are like, can probably squash me like an ant. And we're all playing Pokemon Go, and we're like a little cluster of people. So Pokemon Go is really big in our family. And then I started the Harry Potter handheld game, which is by Niantic as well. And it just kind of fizzled. And I'm a big Harry Potter fan. It's just...
What up with that game? I saw people posting on it like one day. Like,
you're like,
here's my friend code. Add my friend code.
I think I added you, Normie.
Yeah, we're friends.
And then no one plays it.
You know what it is? Pokemon is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You open the app, you catch a Pokemon once a day, and it resets every 7 days. You go to a gym, you spin the stop every 7 days. It restarts again, but of course, the more times you do it, the better the rewards. Harry Potter is like 10 things in one time. So you have so many other elements to it that if you are not constantly walking and doing all these elements, that's it. It's too much to do. I think, I don't have, if I'm going to dedicate that much time to a game, I want to sit on my Xbox on my big screen TV and play a game, not just hold my cell phone all around as it totally depletes my battery. Unless if I'm doing Pokemon Go, because that's fun. Again, it's simple. Yeah. Just, collect Pokemon, be with a group, you collect a bunch of them, trying to look for those shinies, which is really awesome. If you get them, and then we, brag who's got the most shinies, who's got the best shinies. And that's once a month. So I don't know.
Do you think that the next Minecraft game coming out here pretty soon, the Minecraft World or Minecraft Earth, I think is what it's called, you think that's going to be huge? Because people are saying that like legit, you're pretty much it's based off of like kind of like Pokemon, where it's what's that shit called, augmented reality, so you can like see the buildings around you, but people are going to be able to build in the world like Minecraft, like, hey, we're going to build a castle in Times Square, and like you can go there and help other people build this castle in Times Square and shit like that. You think it's going to be a big hit?
Well, I think so. I mean, for someone like me, totally loves it. I love New York City, right? I lived in a mini, like, little silly city in suburbia. That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
So New York, to me, it's like a little kid in a candy shop. And no matter how many times I go to Times Square, it never gets boring. I'm like, it's like the, Japanese animation with the shiny little eyes. That's how I am. The crowds don't bother me. I love it. So to have an excuse to go build something in Times Square, that's like giving me $1 million. That to me is amazing. The new, I think Minecraft is a beautiful game. I can't play it. I'm very prone to motion sickness. So I'll watch somebody else play it. And once I start getting nauseous, I walk out. Seriously, guys, I threw up the first time I played COD because the sensitivity was so all over the place. Like I felt like a 3-month pregnant woman puking in the bathroom.
That's crazy.
That's how sensitive my stomach is and my brain is with motion.
So you've never probably tried VR, huh?
Well, I own a VR and I can only do it for small amounts of times. When I was at Chip Silla's house, he had the Oculus Rift. Yeah. Guys, he should have videotaped me. I literally almost fell to the floor playing his VR. It was so real. Like I was on a roller coaster. I'm like, I'm going to fall. And boom, I went down. You know, the table caught me.
Damn.
So, but what I do like about the new Minecraft, this RPG Minecraft, that I'm very excited about because that is all me. I love role-playing games. And anything where I'm collecting and upgrading and deciding, is this a better weapon? Is this another better weapon? You know, Diablo, all those kind of games, amazing. So when I saw the new Minecraft game, I'm like, this is something that I would play.
The Dungeons one, right?
Yeah, the Dungeons looks cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad Microsoft is really going all out with Minecraft. I mean, they own the property. It is the world's biggest game ever. It really is. I think recently it passed Tetris in the most copies ever sold, which is crazy to think about because Tetris has been around forever as the king. You know what I mean? So to pass that game and most copies sold ever, it's fucking insane. But it goes to show like how good of a thing Microsoft is doing with the game, where they're literally putting it on everything and they don't care what it's on. They don't care, like, whatever, you know. They could be like all, you know, pissy about it and be like, oh, it's only exclusive to the Xbox platforms or whatever. But like, they don't care. Like, we're gonna put this on everything, and that's pretty awesome of them. I like that.
To me, Minecraft is like Pokemon. You know, Pokemon came out when I was early 20s. I'm an old lady. Anyways, so, and then it kind of stopped, and then it got a burst of another following, and it always seems to reinvent itself in a weird kind of way. Yeah. And I think that's how Minecraft is. Like my son picked it up when it first came out and he loved it for a couple months and then he stopped and then he tends to go back to it again. So he's almost 17 now and he spends hours on this game.
Yeah, my kid plays it every so often. But here's my concern. Well, not so much a concern about Minecraft is it could be like Pokemon, but what about its character base? You know, they probably needs more characters. Is that something you probably think Microsoft's working on, or to have more characters to catch in the world of this phone game? And
as far as
that's going to be huge.
Minecraft, or just in general?
Well, Minecraft doesn't need characters to catch. You need areas to build things in.
Yeah,
that's what you need. You need to build. The whole thing about the Minecraft Earth is getting together with other people that play Minecraft on their phones and like helping build something that you can see in the game.
And that's like what my son is doing. Like, you know, some of his friends play on the Xbox, some on a tablet. They all have different
servers.
Exactly, different ways to play, but they play in the same world. So one person owns the world, and each one of them has a job. So one is the farmer. And they're grown kids, okay? They are going into their senior year of high school. I have to explain this. Yeah. They're not 8. They're not 10. You know, and they all have different jobs. He's the scout. The other one, and he scouts for new land. He, finds it, he marks it, and, comes back and tells the play, his friends. The other is the farmer. The other one is the hunter. So it's amazing to see, like, the worlds that they create. And the imagination is like fantabulous of like the buildings they build. And then I'm the sensitive one that feels bad when they kill a cow for stupid leather. I'm like, could you make that out of something else? Couldn't you get like a leaf or something? Why did you kill the stupid cow? So he'll tell me, Mom, I'm going to go kill the cow now. I'm like, I'm leaving the room. Let me know when you're done. But it's like, that's what I like about Minecraft. You don't have to be a little kid to fully love this game. And you don't have to be a teenager. You can be a 40-year-old man and have your 40 other year-old friends hang out and like do this world together. And and as far as adding other characters, I think just what they have is good. because everybody just loves the game already.
And the one thing that we got to say here is that the lady who runs Minecraft or Mojang, Helen Chang, she recently said on an interview that, why, like somebody asked her, why won't you guys just make Minecraft 2? If Minecraft is so successful, you would figure you guys would make a number 2. And she was like, actually, no, we're not going to make a number 2. We actually don't want to split our player base at all. Right. We want everyone to be able to play the game. However, like, you just play the game. Minecraft is Minecraft, and it's kind of like Tetris is Tetris. You know what I mean? It's Tetris.
No, right.
What the fuck?
You just, Yeah,
so it's just Minecraft is Minecraft, and
it's like once you make gold, keep making gold.
They have
They'll make something else.
And of course they have Minecraft Earth coming out in Minecraft Dungeons, but they're still like the game is still going to be the game, so that's cool.
No, right, and that's different. I mean, I think that's it's even though it's the same realm in a way, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
And I like that. And I think she made that one for me because she knew that I get motion sickness. So she's like, oh, you know what? Normie likes RPG games, and we're not going to make this super sensitive, so we're going to make this game for her. I'm pretending at least.
Anyway,
I think we need to get Normie a 1440p monitor.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness!
Get you a higher res monitor, make you a PC gamer.
Oh, I don't know. I'm still thinking about you guys, you PC racer people. I'm all about the Microsoft.
I remember when Minecraft first came out on the PC. Actually, it's been I think a little bit over 11 years now, and a friend of mine at work mentioned it to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. It sounds pretty cool, and it was like early alpha. And on the game, actually, you had to sign into an email, and Notch, the creator, would send you a personal email every time there was an update.
Yeah,
and so
we
got to respond to them and do different things. And this was before there was any mobs or anything. It was literally just blocks and building, and you didn't have any this stuff. And then we played it like off and on at my household. My kids played it, and then it had like a little bit of a YouTube following. You could get on YouTube and build these elaborate things with redstone. And, you mentioned farming. I remember building this big thing on a hill, and all my plants grew within the hill. And on the top of the hill, you built these gates, and it was like an automated thing where you could like hit this button, and it would release like all the water, and it would come down and basically harvest all the plants for you, and it would wash them down into one spot, and you just stood there and just collected them all. You didn't even have to move. And so like you could harvest like hundreds of crops and not even have to move. It just all off of YouTube and just the mechanics. And I remember too when somebody built a working clock. Like they made a legitimate working clock of Minecraft and a 1-to-1 replica of the USS Enterprise.
Oh, so cool. Nice. So cool. And my friend, I don't know how I found out through him, but I don't know if he had a friend or if his wife's like nephew or something. He built Hogwarts on his like little platform there.
That's fucking cool.
That's my kid.
Yeah.
We're just talking about you in Minecraft. Yes, I was.
I've seen some pretty cool stuff, like on some of those YouTube videos. They're quite amazing. Where I'm like, oh my God, somebody built that in Minecraft? That's, wow.
Yeah.
And then the fact that now you can actually join some of those worlds to view as a player.
That ability to go and visit these places is pretty cool. Like, people have done all kinds of stuff. They've done like the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, we've done a replica of the catacombs under Paris or whatever. Like people have done some crazy shit.
Imagination.
I still go back to some of my worlds that I've saved over the last several years. I would say 4 to 5 years now. I still have 2 to 3 worlds that, like when I looked at the save file, I'm like, oh my God, I made this so long ago back on the Xbox.
Just look at my imagination 5 years ago.
Have you guys ever tried the mods in Minecraft?
No,
by any chance? Never have. So there's actually a whole modding community, and you can actually put a little modding menu in Minecraft. And I remember a while, like when my kids were into it, and we were actually pretty big into Doctor Who, and we did a whole Minecraft mod of Doctor Who, and you could literally have a TARDIS, and you could fly around, and you had literally had different people that were different enemies from Doctor Who in the game and stuff. It was really wild.
Yeah. There's been some pretty cool.
I do have the Java edition my son installed, but I've only played it once, and I know I messaged you about like I don't know how to run this game. It looks choppy, and So I haven't touched it since. I've always just went back and played it on the
Gunny
Xbox.
looks choppy.
It's chopped up. I don't know what I'm doing on the PC version, but it's not the Windows 10 version. It's the free Java version.
Yeah, and that's the one I have is like the Java version. It's not the Windows 10 version, but this was, like I said, I bought this in like early alpha, and it's just pretty much always worked. Even when Microsoft took it over, it just had to do a little thing. And I never did download the Windows 10 version because we always kept the Java version.
Sweet. Oh, gee. Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, woo! What else have you been playing, Normie?
What else?
Normie, I want to know how excited you are for Gears 5.
I'm so excited. I have it already pre-bought. I'm like, I can't even tell you how excited I am. And the fact that it's all about Kate, who is like my favorite character. I was waiting. I couldn't, like, I knew that we were going to hear about Gears 5 on E3, and I made sure I did not miss. I'm really stoked. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see, where this game goes. And, I just, as soon as it was available for pre-order, I did it. I ended up actually signing up for the Ultimate Game Pass for the $1, and then I'll probably just go back to just Game Pass because I don't play PC. So to spend the extra $5 a month on something I'm not going to use is really not a good idea for me, I guess. But I know it's going to be available on Game Pass, but I have to own it. If you know me, I'm a huge Gears fanatic, so I have to have Gears in my hand.
How are you buying it? Physical?
Yes. So I already pre-ordered it through Amazon.
Okay.
And, because also if you pre-order it, you get all these other extra elements that they're giving you. But I don't know if that's just through Microsoft themselves, like directly through them. But I thought if you bought the Elite package, you get all those things on that first day.
Yeah. Ultimate Game Pass gives you the access to the Ultimate edition of the game. It pretty much gives you like the deluxe edition of Gears 5 or whatever.
So that I'm very excited about it. Like I said, I'm excited that it revolves around Kate, that the story is about Kate this time. As much as we saw her in Gears 4, it's still more about Dom and his son. And I'm going to be calling on all of you to come play me campaign because I need friends to play on the campaign because I cannot survive for the life of me on my own, and I'm huge on playing multiplayer, so I do definitely need an entourage to play campaign with me. So I'm making you guys sign your name in blood right now. You're gonna
Let's do it. I got a knife. Jesus, you have a new knife.
Oh, I got a knife.
Mate. Cut yourself open.
You had 2 knives. Jesus.
Chainsaw.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm very excited for Gears 5. I'm counting the days. Counting the days.
Okay.
That's cool.
Anything else, Normie?
No, other than I'm a boring person. I'm not playing anything else. I did go see Spider-Man 3.
Ooh.
Or Spider-Man 3. I'm thinking of Stranger Things 3. So if you guys have not seen the new Spider-Man, I highly suggest it. It's actually it was pretty good. It was neat to see the perspective of a 16-year-old superhero and to kind of see his life as not an adult. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just Peter Parker, we've always seen him portrayed as a 16-year-old, but he's always looked older, like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. They looked a lot older than 16 to me. Tom Holland is like the perfect Spider-Man in my opinion. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest to go see it. If you don't like it, I didn't suggest anything.
Awesome. Need to go see it.
So it's a good adventure. I think you'll enjoy it. Cool. So that's it. That's my life in a nutshell.
All right. Mayo. Go, Mayo.
Mayo. No, just start off, we'll just kind of hit on Apex. The other night, Jesus was streaming, and I just kind of laying there watching the stream, and he's like, join me in Apex, I need you. And I was like dead tired. I mean, I had like no sleep like the last couple of days. I'm going on like 3 hours a night, and he's like, join me. This is like my first chance. I'm like, no, I can't, dude. I can't, And then I really want to, but then So I didn't join that night though, but I watched Jesus for a while, and he kind of got me wanting to play it. So the next day, I got up. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be free today, and he was on, and he's like, join me. So I'm like, okay, so what are we gonna play? He wanted to play some multiplayer game, and I'm like, let's play PUBG. We went through this, and he was like, oh, really? I'm like, well, what do you want to play? He's like, Apex. I'm like, okay. I said, I'm fine. But he's like, no, what do you want to play? I'm like, I'm fine with whatever, Jesus. We can go. And then he's like, okay, we'll play Apex. So I think he just wanted to carry me through the game to make himself feel better. It felt like what a jar of mayo in his little backpack was like. I'm not sure. But so we played a couple of rounds of Apex, and I had a good time. It was fun. Did some damage. I like the easy. I want to say it's easier than PUBG. It's not easier, but like the shooting is there's not really any bullet drop. It's pretty much instant. Where you're aiming is where you're hitting. So I feel like that helps a lot. It's a lot more about movement and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of learning my way through that and trying to keep up with Jesus and them. Like I'm trying to read the guns and figure out what's what, and what ammo goes with what. And I know it's simple color coded, but you can get kind of flipped around easy because I'm looking at like attachments and stuff like that. Like what goes on this gun because I want to get this gun fully equipped. And Jesus is like halfway across the map and going, "Where are you, Mayo? Where are you?" I'm like, dude, I'm coming. Hold on, So yeah, I was trying there, but it was a good time. But I don't know, being the old person that I am, I got into some old school stuff this week, and I fired up my old Nintendo emulator. So this is a regular NES emulator, and I have like 850 games on it,
Damn.
I believe. So I'm like, I want to see if these work, and maybe even possibly stream some of that this week. So maybe play some old classics that you guys might want to see or whatever, or remember or would like to see again.
And can you give us an idea of some that you might present to us?
So the couple I played, like this initially, I got it all working. I'm using Xbox One controllers on the PC, running 1440 resolution actually, Gunny, and we fire up the original, just regular Super Mario Brothers, and my wife and I actually play through it. We were having a good time because she don't play video games, but she loves Mario. And that game, even at 1440p, and it redone through an emulator, looks amazing. It's just funny, like
you can hook me up with how to do that.
Yes, I will. I can actually send you the files too, so it's really easy.
Cool.
But that game actually looks so good. I think they did such a good job designing that with the bright blue background and the color of the land and just the contrast and everything. That game just still holds up today. As crazy as it is, it looks really good on the PC. But other ones on there were like, like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out's on there.
Yeah.
The original Final Fantasy.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember what else is on there. Ninja Gaiden is some of my favorites. Zelda, Zelda 1 is on there. And the cool thing is, the cool thing is too, you can save kind of like on these emulators. You can instantly save no matter where you're at. So not like the old games where you died on a level and you actually have to go way back through, or you have to stop and leave or something like that. You can actually save the game right where it's at, and then just come back a couple hours later and take off again. You don't have to leave it running or nothing like that. But so yeah, that kind of got me started just playing different games. I think Tetris is on there, and what else was on there? Contra. We played some Contra. We played some of the original side-scrolling Ninja Turtles. Not to beat 'em up, but the one that was kind of a platformer.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. I remember because my brother was a big Turtles fan. So back we had S and SNES.
I remember that one being really hard for me too when I was a kid. There was like one level, I think it was a Donatello level. You had to be like Donatello, and it just was really hard. And then I think what I think spawned all this on, you might have seen me playing it a little bit tonight on the Steam sale. I always heard good about it. Well, I bought DuckTales Remastered. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to give this a try. I heard really good about it. And it was fun. It looks really good, really crisp. So it's set at 1440 by 2560 at 60 FPS. And they reworked all the graphics. So it kind of has that real clean, almost 4K look of an old game.
Nice.
And it just looks good. And it's pretty simple. So far I've been playing through it. You play through as Scrooge McDuck, and you can bounce on your little cane as like a pogo stick to jump on people's heads, and the puzzles are really easy, but it's at old school. So if you go off the map a little bit and you backtrack, all the enemies respawn, and all the bricks are there again and all that fun stuff, so they kept it very true to its form.
That's cool. They did that.
And I miss those kids I got for Christmas many years ago, and they took Lego and made me a little mini little mini Nintendo, and it's all in Legos, a little retro pie inside of it. So I have all those old school games.
Cool.
It's like one of my favorite what do you call it? Like little presents I've ever had, and I've got the original controller. They solderized and they made it so it'll fit in. So yeah, it's now I want to go back and fire that baby back on and start playing some old school games.
Yeah.
Yes,
Any retro prize that you've ever owned, Mayo, or any kind of homebrew consoles?
No, I don't have any of those. Just pretty much the couple little emulators I've messed with. I've messed with this one. I have a Super Nintendo emulator also. I haven't messed with that one in a while. And then I have Dolphin, which is a Nintendo Wii emulator. And that one has like new Mario World on it. It was a side scroller. It was kind of more modern. But you can actually have an emulator on there, and you can actually buy USB Wii controllers. You can buy a USB motion sensor, and you can actually use your Wii controllers on your PC
That's cool.
playing, emulated Wii games, which is pretty cool. And when I first started doing that, I actually had my ultra-wide monitor, and I was running those games in ultra-wide because you can set up a custom resolution for whatever you want. So, like, even like the emulator this Nintendo one is, you can run it in 4K. If you want, it just, you're not going to get that whole, like, shading and stuff like that, but it's going to be your screen and full screen and everything like that, and it's a good time.
Yeah. Some old school nostalgia stuff. Hell yeah.
We're putting Jesus to sleep over here, I think.
Playing our old games.
Wake up, Jesus, wake up.
Hey guys,
You don't remember
Playing
these
some
things.
classics.
the old people are done talking.
Fine, the old people.
He don't know what got us to where we are today. He don't understand
The old
these
people,
things
the
yet.
old people done talking yet?
His eyes. He rolled his eyes.
Not quite. I can go to something a little newer, and I can hit on
play
this.
that's new, Mayo? What did you
No,
play?
man,
that's
I
new?
love old
New-ish.
school games. What the fuck you talking about, Mayo? I played them old school games.
Yeah. What do you call
Recently?
old school?
I was gonna say Final Fantasy VII. No, I'm just kidding.
No, the oldest console I played as a kid, when I was a kid, was probably the Nintendo Entertainment System.
How old was that when you were a kid, though? Like,
It was when I played it when I was like maybe 4 or 5, and I was born in '91. So that was
Damn.
probably an old system by then, right? Because when did it come out?
Oh, Jesus.
You already had to wipe the dust off it.
people had already traded it in for the Super NES.
Yeah, but no, that was my first actual console that I owned. That, like, my parents bought me, because I remember them going to the store with me to buy it at the mall. Was the Super Nintendo, and it came with Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, motherfucker, what's
Yes.
up now? Yeah, I beat Donkey Kong Country.
I think I was
I beat that stupid ass fucking railroad fucking
Hey.
level with fucking you have to jump the fucking tracks, and it was a bitch.
Speaking of Donkey Kong Country, the Game Informer podcast had the music guy on that originally did
The
a lot of
music is
music
good.
for Nintendo back in the day. So it was a good episode. They actually played a lot of his music, and yeah, it was a pretty good interview towards the
Yeah,
end
and
of the
then
show.
as a kid, Mayo, I also owned that Killer Instinct game in the black cartridge.
I don't know if that was a kid game.
It was not a kid game,
Yeah,
but I
me
was playing it.
I remember it. Did you play it? Did you play it like I remember just being really popular in the arcade for a while.
Yeah, I remember
I didn't do
that
anything
shit.
crazy. I remember, like, this is like some childhood memories. So when I grew up in a town of like 900 people. We had no
Wow.
arcades. We had no
Fuck.
gas
I
stations. We had no
thought I
bars,
lived in
no
a small
bars,
town.
nothing. Right. So the closest thing to me was like 20 mile away.
Chuck E. Cheese.
And so one day, and no, even how dangerous this is,
Go
right?
ahead.
So this was a truck stop off the interstate that runs all the way through Ohio into Michigan. It's Interstate 75. It goes all the way to Florida, right? So me and 3 of my friends, we decided to get this brainstorm during the summer to ride our bikes there with none of our parents knowing. Like we weren't even allowed to leave town. So we just
like
go
the
ahead.
original Goonies. I'm sorry.
So we
go ahead.
ride our bike 20 miles one way on a 99-degree day in the sun to this arcade, and we rode our bikes there to go play Mortal Kombat, like when it first came out. And we thought that was like the greatest thing ever. And we went there with probably $5 in quarters, so it was very short lived. Like we go in and so we're like, all right, now we got to ride back home, So again, 20-mile back home. And I remember coming home, 'cause I had like a tank top on at the time. Probably like 14 or something like that. Didn't know any better. And
you got your ass beat.
Burnt to a crisp. No. My parents never found out. They were like, "How'd you get so burnt?" And we're like, "We were out in the swimming pool all day." I don't know, because we had a pool up back then.
Oh, shit.
That's funny. I actually gave up my Nintendo. So, because my cousins live in another country, right? So they were very, very, very poor. So the only way I can convince, and I bought my Sega with my own money. So the only way I can convince my parents to let me buy the Sega, and of course I am much older at this point, I'm like 16 or 17, was if I gave my cousins my Nintendo. And which was a hard choice because I really loved that Nintendo, because that was the first console that I had personally owned. Because, the Atari and everything technically belonged to my brothers. I just kind of took over it. I played more of that than my brothers did, who were teenagers at the time when we got it. So I'm like, okay. And the only reason that I had bought the Sega was for Mortal Kombat. And I was determined I was going to own Mortal Kombat, and I was going to get the codes and put on all the blood and the gore. And that's and I was very proud of that, because I had actually bought that with my own money because I'd been working. So that, here I bought this huge console all on my own. And it was all because of Mortal Kombat.
I had to buy my regular Super Nintendo by mowing lawns for $5 a piece.
Damn, man. All I had to do was ask for it. Hey, Mom, Dad.
Shit, you couldn't have done that, Mayo? What the hell?
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
I've never had a Super NES.
None of my family, we're probably all this way, though. Back then, like, my parents weren't gamers. They didn't play games. They didn't, even my older brother, like, he's like 4 years older than me. We would play a little bit of Atari when we were a little younger. We'd play a lot of Combat. I don't know if you remember that one or not. Has little tanks, and they were like little H-shaped tanks. And they had this one mode where they were invisible, and you could move around. And the only time they would appear when you fired, and you could ricochet them off the walls. So we would like try to beat each other by bouncing them off the walls and stuff like that.
Guys,
so
I got
like
a question.
bank shot hits.
What? Okay, so like I always have this memory of this game that I played as a kid.
Okay.
I don't know what the game is called, but I remember playing it at my mom's friend's house, because my mom would go visit her friend, and they would just be like, fucking kids, go to fucking play the Nintendo in the back room.
Video game.
I would play this fucking game at their house. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It was a fucking, like, you were on a fighter jet. I don't know if it was Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I'm not 100% sure. Could have been Sega even. No, I think the controller was square, or a rectangle, so I'm pretty sure it was Nintendo. I remember playing it, but you're like on a fighter plane and you shoot shit, and then like once you're done, you had to go back and land the plane on an aircraft carrier, and then you would take off again and fucking do more missions. What game is that? What game am I thinking of?
Was it like was it like a first person view in the plane, or was it like you can see the plane? Because it sounds like Top Gun.
You could see the plane
I think
when you were shooting.
It might be Top Gun, yeah.
When you were shooting, you could see the plane, and then when you had to land, it would switch to like first person view.
Yeah, I think that's Top Gun, and you landed on the big naval ship where the planes take off from.
That shit was
impossible
hard.
to land.
Yeah, it was impossible
to land.
I'd crash into that stupid thing all the time.
I would always crash too. I would hate it, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, this is so cool.
I think that was Nintendo that was set on, because I think that I did a lot of rentals for my Nintendos, because back in the day we had this thing where you would rent movies like in a store and take it home, and they had games that you could rent too. So
in the Stone Age when we did that, yes.
Yes, in the Stone Age, there was no digital back in the day. and you're paying like $3 a night. So, and if you didn't return that in on time, your parents got like a big fine, and you were in big trouble because you probably have to pay it for yourself. That fine yourself.
That was my first taste of a Super Nintendo. Is you could rent a whole system for like $5 a night. So it was like $5 for a Super Nintendo, and then I would rent F-Zero, and I just played that game like as much as I possibly could. Like I would not leave my room. I played for like 24 hours straight before I had to return that thing.
So, the Mayo, let me ask you this question. And what is a game that you would rent over and over and over again? Not necessarily because you liked it, but because you, for the love of Pete, were going to master this stupid game because you had enough of dying and having to return it 3 days later.
I think initially is like back then, like a lot of our stuff we played was couch co-op. So I had like a bunch of friends my age, and we kind of would come over and play. And we would all get together at my house, and we would rent Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo, and we would stay up for like 24 hours and just battle each other and just try. And we try to beat the game, you know, like with each character. But then it was just back and forth, and we do little tournaments and stuff like that. And I don't know how many times we rented that game, but it was a lot.
For it twice.
Oh,
times,
probably. Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one game that I was terrible at, but I was determined to master it. And, you know, at first, because there was only so many copies of a game, right? So if you didn't go at the right time, all those other games were rented. So you were stuck with the poo-poo games, right? So the poo-poo game I always got stuck with, but I was determined to have a game, was RC Pro-Am.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was terrible at RC Pro-Am. But I bet you by the end of that whole era, I was amazing at it. Because nobody wanted it because they couldn't play it. So I was determined I was going to keep renting it and learn it. And it was so much fun. And I remember my dad, because I had crashed in at one point, he's like, I can do this game. You don't know what you're doing. So my dad took the controller and he started riding the track backwards. He couldn't like master it to go forwards in the right direction. So he's like, see, I'm beating all these people. I said, Dad, the cars are all passing you from the other side. You were not winning. And you know, now, you know, when I got a little older, I realized that my dad was just, you know, trying to get under my skin because I was getting mad that he was playing the wrong way when in reality he probably knew what he was doing. He just thought it was funny. So yeah.
I think I played that on the Super NES as well, like quite a bit.
RC Pro-Am. It was so much fun. Once you get the hang of it, but I think I probably rented that game for like 3 months straight. Again, it started out as the poo-poo game because nobody wanted it, so there was 20 of those copies.
Every time I see Rocket League, I always think RC Pro-Am. You know, it just gives me that memory.
Another thought you gave me when you mentioned RC Pro-Am was Excite Bike. I used to put a lot of hours of Excite Bike into and design them little tracks and stuff like that.
Awesome.
I remember I had the little track editor. We could put the little short jumps in.
And that the cool part about it was I would see if any of my brothers can get past the track. It didn't matter if I could or not. I would just want to see if they could. Right.
That's
I would make it hard as possible. And then
I would tell them like, no, you can do it. Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, so newer game-wise, Gunny, you can talk about this with me, is got into some Deep Rock Galactic the other day. And this game, I know it's been out for a little while, but I've like been wanting to buy it for a while, and I don't. And then I see it come on sale, and I don't buy it. I'm like, I have plenty of other games to play, and I know I'm going to get addicted to it. You know, I'm just going to wait. So then finally, it came up on the sale. And so then, you know, I get Deep Rock and I start playing a little bit. And I'm encouraging a couple other guys to get into it, you know. And so Ghost Nico, who listens to the show, and he's part of the community, and he gets with me and he's like, hey, let's get together. So we get in, because this game is way better when you have a group to play with.
Yeah, I just added him on Steam as well.
So we play, and I jump in his game once we kind of figure out how we get in each other's games. And so he's like trying to guide me, and Ghost Nico has like an hour in it over me. So it's kind of like a blind leading the blind thing, you know. So we're like trying to figure things out. So then I know MechMod and Drax, they also play this quite a bit. So I message MechMod. I'm like, hey, join me. You know, we got this game. You want to come join us? And he's like, dude, I am so swamped right now with work. I have zero time. He's like, hit up Drax. He might play. So I shoot Drax a message, and So he actually joins us. So we get the three of us, and Drax has like 20 hours in the game. So he,
Wow.
poor Drax, this guy, he's like with two basically brand new guys, and he's like, okay, what's going on here? Because he jumps in mid game, and we're like trying to explain it to him, and again, we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, so he kind of carries us through it, and we're working on it. He's like super Drax to us at this point in time. He's got 20 hours into the game, and he's telling us this and this and this, and the first mission we do with him. You know how the flow of the game goes. Once you find all the materials that you need, you have this little mule you put all your materials in. It locks down, and you hit this little button, and you have to run back to your pod within a timer, or it will leave you. And you have all these bugs and everything attacking you, so you have to find your way back in the dark. So he starts it, and he's telling us, all right, guys, you got to go. We're all running, and Ghost Nico dies. And Drax is like, I'm coming back for you, so I'm just running. He's like, go, Mayo, just go. So,
Awesome.
So I go, and I'm just hightailing it to this ship, and they're back there a ways, and then he goes back and revives Ghost Nico, and they're working their way toward me, and I stop at the ship, and I'm just waiting outside the ship, and I'm like shooting monsters, and they're going, oh, we're have to fight this thing, and I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like there's like all hell's breaking loose down there where they're at, and I'm like, all right, I'm like holding these monsters off, I'm killing everything I see up here, and as soon as you get here, we're gonna make it. And we ran out of time, and the ship takes off without all of us.
Oh, no.
And he's like, what, you weren't in the ship? I'm like, no. And he's like, you gotta get in the ship. He goes, that's the only way any of us get credit. We wouldn't have got full credit. But so I literally just stood there.
Kudos to you, man, for sticking it out with the pals.
I was concerned for my friends. They did not sound like they were having a good time. but we'd failed our mission, so we learned.
Yeah, we failed today, didn't we?
Yeah,
I think we kind of knew. I think we knew we were going to fail because it was to back up. I liked the first mission that we did because we're like, all right, set it to easy, put it on baby mode, as we call it here at HGP. And that's a pretty straightforward cave that we went through. It's like everything's right there. We can pickaxe the stuff that we need to get that supply drop and get some gold and some other elements on the way down. That was me, you, and Nipron, Johnny. But I was thinking about something, Mayo, you talked about that dropship and where it might land. Would it be a better strategy, or maybe it's been done before with, especially playing on harder difficulties, to run halfway through the cave and then call in the dropship? Does it work that way?
Well, I think what happens. You
don't know where it's going to land. It could be in the front, or at the end, or.
Yeah, so I think we're not sure where the dropship lands. I think it lands in a random place. I think the one that we did when we did it on easier mode, the cave isn't very big and complex, so it didn't have a whole lot of options to land at. I think when we get in the more complex levels, it's going to just be at a random place, and we are going to have to work our way toward it.
Because it might branch off in different directions, possibly?
Yeah. I think that's where having like a driller in our group when stuff would help, because a driller can just drill straight toward it. He can just literally go straight that way. This game will have 4 classes for those that don't know. It has a scout, which will have a grappling hook and a flare gun that can light the path. So the game will always be dark unless you throw little lights out. And the scout can fire a little flare that will stick into the wall and just light the whole area up for a certain amount of time. And then you will have the engineer who can sit there and make platforms. He can shoot like these little platforms against a wall. It's like a foam-looking platform. And people can, like the scout can.
They look like little mushrooms to me growing out of the side of the wall.
Yeah. And so like having an engineer can make it so you can get to the hard to reach like materials that you need on the wall, because sometimes they're way up high. You just have no way of getting to them, like besides trying to dig your way up on the side of a mountain, or the side of the cave. But if you have that engineer with you, he can make like a platform for you to work halfway up. Then you had, what else did we have? We have the gunner, who can just basically what he sounds like. He's the gunner. He has a lot of ammunition.
And I had that today.
Gatling.
Yep.
So
Gunny was used
unlimited, or are you limited on the ammo?
Ammo is very limited. Okay. So
also
as
with
a scout, go ahead.
With the Also, the grappling hook as well only had 3 shots to it. And I think we played it on that medium difficulty, and it only had 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we might have had 3. I think what happens is as we progress in difficulty, we can level our character. So each character you can level, and each character you play, you can put points in them. You get money and stuff for doing successful missions, and you can put points. Like I know in my scout, I put points in my flare gun to make the light stay lit longer. So I'm assuming. And I think I get 1 extra flare. So I'm assuming like the engineer is going to get extra platforms he can make the higher level we are. And that's how we'll get into the higher difficulty levels. So I think it's designed for us to pretty much play on hazard level 1 and then just progress our way forward. As our characters get stronger, we will work our way up. Now, you weren't there for when the other night I had a friend join. He has played this game a lot. He has about 200 hours in it, and he's put about 60 hours in it in the last week. And I just know him from a different channel, and he's always looking for people to play with. So he comes and join us, and this is where Drax, who was teaching us how to play, who seemed like this super old school veteran, comes in with this 20 hours in, and I invite this other guy in who has 200 hours in, and he's got everything maxed, every piece of cosmetic armor, every skill for every character is completely maxed up, and he still plays it. And this game is still being worked on. It's still under beta, and they're adding stuff to this game like every month, which is really cool because it's been like a year, and they're still throwing new content out all the time. So that's, kudos to them that they're fully back in this game and making a lot of effort into keeping it going.
Yeah, it's cool. Like I found that, like you said, I was trying to use my Gatling gun as a drill, and that's how I first started out before you messaged me. Like, hey, you need help? Because I'm over there just like trying to get through and I'm like, this is not working very well. This is not a very good drill. It doesn't, the pace of how that wall should open up is not working out.
When you get all your materials that you need, right? The game will send a wave of bugs. There's these bugs that are underground that are giant, and there's ones that spit like toxic stuff at you, ones that explode by you, ones that just kind of a nuisance and attack you. So you get this big wave as soon as you get everything completed. But Gunny's over here, he's like just using all of his ammo on the wall, and I have a scout which only has like 200 ammo. And so I'm like, all right, we need to call a supply drop down. You can call this supply drop down, but it costs some of the materials that you collected. So it's called Nitra. So you have to get 80 Nitra to get a supply drop, and you can call it. So we get our 80 Nitra, supply drop comes down, we all resupply. Next thing I know, I see Gunny over there shooting the wall with his Gatling gun. Just clearing his path. I'm like, dude, we're going to need this ammo for this big round.
It's when you said, like, don't waste your ammo. I'm like, okay, I won't. But wait a minute, hold on. Are you saying this is a gun?
It didn't sink in right away, and so then
because if you scroll on the mouse button, a pistol will pop up, and I'm over there just popping them with my little cap gun, pop pop pop. Like I've got a whole Gatling gun at my arsenal. So yeah,
but
he was just bringing out the big guns. He just wanted to show off.
Yeah, he was showing.
Now I got it. I'm using it. Yeah.
But it was a good time. So we have multiple guys in the community that own this game and have already reached out to me and expressed interest of wanting to play. So I know Gunny has it and myself. And then we have MechMod and we have Drax and we have Ghost Nico. And I'm trying to think. Nipron has it. So we have a nice little group. So we should be able to get some 4-man groups going.
Now, you may have said this, and pardon me for asking if you have. What platform is this? A PC game?
This is on PC and console. This is on Xbox. I think Gunny said at one point in time it was on Game Pass, which it no longer is.
Gotcha.
It was on it wasn't on Game Pass. It's every game on Xbox gets like a preview, like you get like a demo of it for like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what
every game in preview.
We played our hour back.
Yeah, so there's like
over a year ago, and
so like every game that's in early access or preview gets an hour demo. I think they did that because people were buying games on preview, not realizing they were preview games. So when they bought them, they were like bitching at Microsoft, like, "Hey, this is not a finished game." People don't listen or whatever. They don't read anything. They just buy shit.
Oh wait, I was supposed to read that. I'm sorry.
I will say too, like if you have any interest in this, I know I mentioned it to Jesus. I think he said he didn't like it. It's a game you almost want to play multiplayer because when you're by yourself, it's kind of boring. It's kind of quiet. You're in these tunnels. You're just kind of lighting your way, digging a little bit here. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's like Minecraft, but you're kind of like down there and you got some bugs that attack you every once in a while. And you can totally do the game by yourself. But where it really shines is when you have a group of 4 people of each class, and you can really benefit from each other because one guy's lighting the way, one guy's shooting platforms. Nice. And so you're doing multiple things at once. So the gunner's fighting off people, the scout is lighting the way, the engineer's making a path, and the driller, that's the other one.
How much is this game on the PC?
It is $20 right now on the Steam sale.
You call that a sale?
It's normally $30. So.
Oh, you call that a regular normal price?
It would have been 15.
I think I've seen it a little cheaper before, but not very often.
That game is a $20 fucking game at most. What the fuck are they doing selling that thing at $30? See, fuck indie devs that are raising their own prices of their own games. Just because fucking Stardew Valley comes out at $15 doesn't mean your bullshit ass fucking game has to be $30. Maybe your game is shitty. Maybe it's okay to have a shitty game and release it at $20, Mayo. Why does every fucking indie dev want to charge $30 for their fucking game when it's not a $30 game? It's not a $30 game, Gunny.
I think they want to. Here's what I think. I'm looking at this glass as half full because I think they want to charge $40 and they think they're being generous at $30 and a sale at $20.
I mean, Mordhau, $30, good game for $30. That other game that you just mentioned, that bullshit ass hobo fucking digging ground galactic shit, fuck that game. It's a $20 game.
Oh, yeah, it's got a...
Look, Monster Hunter World is $30 right now on Steam, Mayo. I could buy that for $30, and that'll be worth it.
I'll just play that on Game Pass.
True, but you know what I mean.
Why would I pay $20 for a free Game Pass game? It's on the PC.
No Man's Sky, $30.
Or I could play Dauntless.
Skyrim, $20. That's a $30 game. That's what you see. That game is $40 normally. What the fuck are they doing charging $30 for this Deep Rock Galactic crap?
I think Jesus is going to have it by the end of the week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to get it on sale.
I'm buying it right now.
You got to be playing it and talking about it next week. Hey, you know what it's got? You know what it's got, Jesus? When Mayo... No, I think it was McBob who mentioned it last week. I think I was sold. It's like a Sea of Thieves thing where...
Thief Simulator.
It's got...
Yes.
Back at the home base, there's a bar. And if you earn enough points... You can buy a round of beers, several rounds of beers.
You have to get of age. You have to get to level 3. Then once you get to level 3, you can purchase beer for the whole round.
Because I was totally underage here because Mayo had to buy 3 to 4 rounds for me and Johnny. And I got drunk and I went over and hit the juke box and I was doing the disco. It was fun.
And then did you pass out?
I didn't pass out. I think it...
Box?
Yeah,
there is a jukebox. There might have been 3 or 4 of them for him, but he did make it over there, I think.
It was like, I like to boogie. Yeah, we were getting down over there.
Get down.
And then Mayo passed out, but I didn't get to. That was the highlight. That's $30 worth right there, I think.
Yes, and it does have progression to your character. They do have skill trees and stuff like that you're going to work towards. It's not just literally going down and doing some mining. So you can, it has a lot of cosmetics and almost like a Sea of Thieves theme. Like, it's not just going out and getting your loot and coming back. It's building your character, getting yourself looking a certain way, getting people to really look at you.
It's a bunch of dwarves, right?
Yes. They're cool looking. They got
you can change the way they look. Some of them are pretty ugly. The driller is really ugly.
There's a lot of games on the Steam sale I want to buy, guys. You get out of here.
What I would suggest maybe is, since I own it, that you would play it with Gunny and to see how you like it.
What if I want to play it with you, Mayo? What if I want to play with you?
Well, then,
fuck, Mayo?
I would feel honored because you would have to buy it. So if you spend the money to play it, buy it, and I will surely play it with you.
If you listeners could see Jesus' eyes right now.
They're rolling up.
Hey, remember, I played Apex for you.
But see, Apex is free.
Oh, burn!
Yeah,
Jesus, burn!
It's a free fucking game. What do you
Get a
mean?
real game, Jesus. Pay
Money?
for a real
I
game.
mean, if you would have installed
Money's just
if you would have
paper.
played like Fortnite or something, and maybe you installed Epic Launcher, maybe I would feel like, oh, he installed the Epic Launcher. Oh,
Well,
but
then
no,
I had to create
you
an
fucking-
account
Apex
and name
is
myself
free.
like the Mayo number 56735 because there's probably like that many more
sorry,
out there for now.
Jesus. I had to play the second most popular game in the world with you this week. Oh, what an inconvenience. Fuck
But
you,
yes.
Mayo. Fuck this dwarf game. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it because Jonathan Hall likes it. And fuck GF&G. Fuck those guys.
And you
Fuck
said
that game.
you said you played with Jonathan and didn't like it. And I can't imagine playing a game and not having fun with Jonathan. So I think this
man.
really
You've
must not be
never,
a fair
you've
play. I don't
never
know.
played Sea of Thieves with Jonathan. He is the fucking worst.
John
He
is on
is
point on the ship.
fucking worse. He doesn't know
That
his
is your
left
go-to guy right
from
there.
his
He's the
right.
man.
He's a grinder.
Fuck you, Gunny.
Right.
If you
I don't know
think
what
Like a Galileo.
if
of
you
map guys.
think Jonathan is the
Navigation
person you
king.
need on your ship, then go be with that motherfucker. Because I don't need either of you guys. Because you both suck at Sea of Thieves. All right.
Johnny,
does?
I don't
Come
know
at
who
me,
you
Gunny.
are, but I think
Fuck
Jesus
everybody.
just ripped you.
Fuck everybody. Sea of Thieves, motherfuckers. You know what would be cool if Sea of Thieves had a mode where, like, you can invite, like, 12 of your friends and just fight each other on boats. Like a private lobby, you know what I mean?
I see. I mean, that's what I like about the Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
You can fight other ships, right? And what I like
That's
is
the funnest
the
part
close
of it.
proximity thing, where you can hear other people around you. And I think, see, that's what was genius to me about Sea of Thieves. I only got to play a little bit because, you know, I had the Game Pass.
But it would be cool. It would be cool to have, like, a private lobby where, like, 12 or 24 people get in there. And you can have so many boats of so many, like, based on how many people you have, you can have certain types of boats. And then just have it private so you can just be in there fighting with your friends or whatever. That would be so fucking cool, man.
I want to see that in the games like PUBG. Like PUBG has like a custom mode you can do, but you gotta have 30 people. And
Fuck.
I wish they would just knock it down to like 10, to where we could get like a 10 5 versus 5. Because what you can do, you can actually make a small area on the map, and they mark it, say, it's like a war zone they called it, I think, at the time, and it would be like it's a certain area that you can't leave. You know, you walked out of it, the blue zone would kill you, and it would hurt you really bad, so you die really fast. So you had a small map, and it would start random every time, so you didn't know where you were going to drop. You all drop out of the plane, you get in your area, and you literally have like a control point like you would in Battlefield. And it's literally like you would die and respawn. So it's almost like a team deathmatch, but in PUBG.
I remember that mode. I remember it came
And
to
it's-
Xbox.
It's
And
good
it's
now.
still there. It just, you got to get enough people together. And it, you know, and like, I feel like I'm fairly plugged in with different people. And I still struggle to find that many people that want to get on
That was the
PUBG at
mode that
same time.
had, everyone had like level 3 shit on, right? Like level 3 backpacks, level 3
Yeah,
vests,
you
level
can-
3 helmets.
You can set the parameters. So like if you do a custom mode and you get the people to do it, you can put like everybody drops with just this gun, or everybody drops with just level 3 gear,
Yeah.
or whatever. So like you can set it however you want, and then make a shooter out of it, and just for bragging
was-
rights, you know, to play other people and be like, I killed you like 7 times, and you know,
Your
tell me
butt.
who's better, you know.
And the circle comes in a lot slower. Does it not, like in the parameters? Because I've seen that on the stream where I know that I'm watching that mode.
On that particular mode, the circle don't move at all. It just keeps everybody in that area, and
Okay.
it's either a kill counter or it's a control all 3 points kind of thing. Like you got to have people kind of holding that area on the map, and then you got like 2 other areas you got to kind of hold. I got fireworks going off outside my house. I don't know if
Yeah,
you can hear
me
it.
too. I don't know if you guys can hear mine, so maybe it's stereo.
Yeah. I got the wife out here banging on the window here. I'm trying to podcast
Tell
over
your
here. What's going on?
podcast, motherfucker.
Jeez.
What is your
no doubt.
problem? Have some respect.
Hey, I'm podcasting over here. What are you doing? She's cleaned the cobwebs off the windows and stuff.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Anything
Yeah,
else you played?
that is it for me.
Bunny Chief.
I played a new game today that I got on the Steam sale. Well, I don't know how new it is, but it's called Shadows Awakening.
Shadows
Did you play this, Mayo, at all?
No, I have not.
It's cool.
I'm ready to look it up.
It's Diablo-esque. It's like that isometric single-player RPG. And the way it starts out is, I've seen this like on a review before, but you start off as the demon. And so you run into this mystery guy, and he's like, hey, take any soul from one of these 3 people. And you can basically share like the same body, per se. And so I chose like this guy who was a king at one time. And so once I take his soul, and then I go out into the world, and I'm like start off in this dungeon where you can, on the fly, you can change to be from the demon to the actual human itself. Mm-hmm. Like you can be like you've got your sword and you're taking out enemies, and then you flick that switch, and then here comes like these other ghosts and demons that you fight off.
What is it going to
with
call
like
again?
These blades. Shadows Awakening.
It looks pretty entertaining. It looks a lot like Diablo, and kind of a real crisp, clean, top-down look.
Yeah, it looks really good. It runs in 1440p. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. It has basically like story's pretty good, and the audio and voice pretty good.
It looks like it's about a year old. It came out in August of 2018.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, I was watching a review, and I was like, oh, just another one of those hack and slash games. But reading that it had like the mostly positive reviews, I'm like, all right, I think it's worth whatever it was. It was like $12 or $13. And so one of the things is I get to this town that I used to live in when I was the king, because prior to finding out that my son is the one that betrayed me, so I'm back to avenge my death.
It's basically always the kid.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much a rule. If you're a king, don't ever have children.
Right.
Or if you do have children, just like keep them locked in a dungeon. So they can never betray you.
Yeah.
That's probably why they betray you.
That's probably why they betray you.
Once I die, you can rule. That's it. Like, at the die,
we'll let you out once I die, child.
You can't kill me.
We will teach you ways.
And then you can tell him the rule once you die. He's going to be so unplugged with the world.
Right?
And so one of the things about this game is like when you already know you're back into the town, and you talk to some of the guards, and they're just like, all right, no causing trouble. Like, oh, I'm just here to kill my son. That's all. That's it. They're like, okay, well, just try to keep it civil then.
Go ahead, kill our king. No big deal.
And so one of the things that I've noticed, like you have to keep each mission, you have to keep that active, because otherwise you can show nothing and just be like, what the hell am I doing with this game? Just running around and hack and slash shit. So, you have to go into the menu, and I found that like, okay, it has to be a level 4 to actually progress through that mission. So I'll just choose like the other stuff, just go in and kill monsters, go into these dungeons, and part of that's pretty cool. Some of the things that, like when you come in as a human, you can't get across this bridge, right? You have to be in like the demon form, paranormal form to get across. So there's like these puzzles, and they're pretty easy, like these platforming puzzles, where basically like they're going around in a circle, and like I already know, like I have to like go into like demon form like once it gets to where I need to come across. Or that's where I need to go as a human, because I can't cross over these things. So I found those to be pretty easy and not annoying at all. One of the coolest missions I did so far was I go into town, and I think I was just wandering around, and I basically ran into this guy, and he's just the drunk guy. He's like, hey, check this out. My wife, she was doing some of that witch stuff. And yeah, that went terribly wrong, doing her witch stuff. So yeah, her body's over there in that barrel. I put her in a barrel of salt.
Oh my
so if you want to go take care of that and dump it for me, I'd appreciate it. And then I was like, do I want to do this mission or not? I was like, all right, I guess I'll do that for you. So whatever gold or coins I'm going to collect, hey, I need better weapons, right? So why not? So I accept it. And I go back over, and this is all the human form. I'm running over there. I'm like, I see barrels, but they're not highlighted. There's nothing I can do. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I scroll the mouse wheel. I'm like, boom, I'm in demon form. Well, there's this lady standing there. I'm like, hello.
Oh,
right? She's like,
have to kill her.
right? So she goes, no, so this is her ghost form, right? Because now I'm in ghost form, I can see ghosts. And she's like, that son of a bitch of my husband, right? I'm just like, oh man, I started laughing, right? I'm like, oh, this is cool. So then she's like, yeah, tell you what, if you want to go take the barrel of me in it, right, and take it to the guard and put a piece of tapestry in there, some garments to show that he's also a thief and a killer, I think you should do it that way. So then that wraps up, and I'm like, okay, now I have a choice. I can either go dump it and get coin from the drunk bastard, or go turn him in. I'm like, what to do? So, like, no, I take the barrel, I run up to the guard, and I'm just like, yep, he did it, right?
That's cool.
Justice on him, right? So that was cool to have that choice, and I thought it was funny that, I had to use her as the, ghost to kind of further progress the mission. So it definitely makes sense the way it all comes together.
It almost has like a Fable element to it, with those kind of things. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because in Fable, you had to do a couple of missions, whether, like a good one or a bad one. So I like that. A moral choice. That's the word I'm looking for, a moral choice.
So I wonder, like, maybe I got the same amount of coin, but yet I still got the choice.
Right.
However, I wanted that story to play out. And the other thing I unlocked was like this little dwarf guy, and he's got the bow and arrow. So basically, I basically took his soul from these other people that said, here, take this one. So now I have 3 players. So one is he's like the heavy with the sword. Mm-hmm. And then I've got the demon with the blades. And now I've got my little dwarf, and he's just the ranged guy. So, and again, those change on the fly. So change him back from, my heavy with a sword to, I could run back a little bit, pull out my bow and arrow as a little guy, and boom. They all stay at the same level. So they all progress together. But some of the like weapons and armor, I think the weapons are the main thing, where, hey, you can only use this on the dwarf, right? He's the bow and arrow, so you want to use this bow and arrow for him. And the other guy, you can't use the staff, right? Maybe that has to go to the demon, and obviously the other guy gets a sword or a different variety of clubs or mallets or whatever he's going to use. So, man, this is cool, the way it's all coming together. So, yeah, I like it so far. So I think it was a good choice.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I think you should pick it up, man. It's pretty good. Good RPG.
I'll give it a shot off your account, and then see how much I enjoy it, and then go from there.
Cool.
It reminds me of like the choices and stuff like you do. Have you ever played any of the Divinity Original Sin games? The 1 or 2?
No, but no. I know what they are. I've seen them on Xbox as well, but never played the OG originals.
Yeah, so like this one is like a top-down. It's like considered one of the better RPGs on the PC. It's really in depth. It's kind of top down, but your combat's turn based. But it's known for like really long, and this game does not hold your hand at all. Like you can like find like major quest items, and you can sell it to any vendor that you want. So like it doesn't prevent you from selling major items, and you got so much inventory that you can carry. So sometimes you don't even know if you need it and stuff like that. But it's pretty hard, but it's also a really good game. So,
yeah, and that looks a little Diablo-esque, but I've seen that top-down view, and it almost I always associate that with like Tides of Numara, in those kind of games, and I've always wanted to get into them.
Yeah, it's a long game, I know that. So, if you don't have the time to put into it, then I wouldn't suggest it. But
that was the thing where I'm like, do I want to get into this right now, or do I want to go play something else? So yeah, so I'm glad I made this purchase. Just kind of break it up a little bit from playing shooters.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I'll have to definitely check it out.
Yeah. Like I said, Jurassic Park, man, immediately was hooked. I know you messaged me and like, like, are you going to buy that game? I'm like, oh crap, I forgot I'm playing it on the Mayo Pass. Like for the second or third time. I'm like, I was so hooked. I had to play that. So yeah, glad I purchased that one. And let's see what else. A little AC Odyssey, just kind of picking away. Bit by bit, just still playing as Cassandra. I'm still in like the same area, just doing my level 10 and 11 quests. And, I just kind of go into like one of those castles, and just take everybody out and just kind of check off each question mark off the map, which is basically what this game is, right? Or all these Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, I've almost picked this game up a couple times. I don't own this one, but I own Origins. Is it that much? Is it any better than Origins, or would I be just as satisfied playing through Origins?
It's way bigger than Origins.
I didn't finish Origins. I got like 3/4,
dude.
and I stopped.
And this game does the same thing that orange juice.
Orange juice.
It does the same thing that Origins does, where like you can go into an area, but it's really like this area is for like level 40 people, level 30 people, level 25. So it does all that too, and it's a lot of time you're spending it on your boat. So if you like the sailing from like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, there's a lot of that in this game, and you have to go from island to island, and each island kind of has like its own section, right? Gunny, like this island's level 30, this island's level 50, this island's level whatever, fucking 25, 20.
Yeah,
and it
so
takes
what you did,
a long time to rank up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where I don't think it's I think if I fully committed myself to this game, I would probably be a little more. I'd probably, I would just go pay that $10.
That's what I did.
I would just break down and pay. I just need to rank up quicker. But
I know.
I'm not paying. I'm not giving them that money. I've said it before.
I paid that $10, Gunny, and then I never finished it, even though I paid that $10.
That was the other reason where I'm like, how much time am I going to commit to it? But here it is. Where are we at now? 5-6 months later,
Gunny,
and I'm still like level 10.
This makes me sad. I hear Jesus saying he's going to spend $10 on DLC for Assassin's Creed, and he won't pay $20 for a brand new game in Deep Rock.
Yeah,
Deep Rock is a hobo game. I'm like, it has dwarves in it. I don't like dwarves.
Hey, I take offense to that.
You're an elf, Normie, not a dwarf.
You have a long beard, braided. You want beard jewelry? You got it. You gotta pickaxe that gold, Jesus. Get that beard jewelry.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should get Deep Rock. I really need to know.
You don't see. I mean, it's first person, but there's no. It's not Minecraft. Anyway, back to Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, every time I just randomly just jump in, I'm like, I want to play an hour of this or 2 hours of this.
You can't play just an hour of that game. You gotta play like 2 hours of it, Gunny.
I play at least 2 hours minimum. Because I just want to keep going in the game.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to finish it. There's so many, like, side quests all the time. It's like The Witcher, but even worse.
I don't even know what the story is. I've been playing side quests
you do.
Tomorrow.
Hey, go find my goat. I give you drachma.
And
you want the drachma? I give you the drachma. There you go.
I've been getting a lot of drachma. I've just been going and stealing coins and taking them out of tombs and everywhere I can find.
I also feel like the AI in this game is the stupidest AI that Assassin's Creed has ever had. In terms of like, I'm going to hide in this bush and stab this dude in the neck and pull him into the bush, and then like the other dude's going to like, where did he go? And he's going to get all suspicious, but then like, I can just like wait in the same bush that I killed the other guy in and just stab you in the neck too, and just wait for your other buddy to just come looking for you. And just keep doing that over and over and over, and pretty soon, like, the 50 guards that were guarding this one house with this, like, general inside of it, they're all dead, and I'm the only person left alive with the general. Like, what a coincidence.
And they're all in the same bush.
I always get the general.
Yeah.
I would say 90% of the time I get the general, like, last or second to last. Like, wait a minute, how do I always kill him last? What the hell?
And then the fucking, like, the stupid they try to, like, make it scary with the mercenaries. But I feel like they did a better job with the mercenaries in Assassin's Creed Origins.
I agree.
Than they did in this game. Because in this game, they just kind of appear and they're kind of like just there. And like in Origins, it actually felt more of a threat. In this game, I don't feel like they're much of a threat to you.
No, because now that I'm 10 or 11, I mean, I'm not even like up there yet. But still, I find that I could take them out.
You know what, Mayo?
A set of skills that I have currently.
Which game was better? In my opinion, Origins was way better than the new one.
Okay.
It was more innovative, it was more thought out, and it was just better executed than Odyssey. Odyssey feels like they had all these ideas, but didn't know how to execute them, right? Like we got like this ship idea with the ship combat, and we need water, and we need islands, and it just felt like they just had too many ideas, and they just kind of threw them all together. Whereas like Origins feels like no, we're gonna tell a story about this dude who lost his kid, and like he's going through this shit, you know. It's a more like linear, well-told story. I just say it feels like it's all over the place.
Yeah, and so some of the missions, I've only been on the boat maybe twice, but I've done so many boat-related things where, like, okay, I've gotten the mission to go sink 4 boats.
Yeah.
And the other one was, so I recruited a second lieutenant for my boat.
Did you meet the chick at the pirate island?
Where did I meet her? No. I met somebody recently where I was able to get a second person. But then you could change their skin to somebody from Origins or from Brotherhood or something.
Yeah.
Right? Like a second character look to it.
There's an island where you go to this island that's full of pirates.
Is that like right in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went there. Yeah, that's where I met the first one. That was way back in like December, you know, when I played it. But so now I've actually unlocked a second one, and so she was my first love interest this week. Yay! Aww. So Cassandra has a girlfriend.
Woo.
Yeah, so she was like, "Look, you got to go kill these people first before you can put your hands on me, right?" So Cassandra goes out.
It's really romantic.
Yeah, go out there and
go slice these people's throats open for me, and then we can get it on.
I think I revealed some family secrets or something. It was a ploy to...
Nothing hotter than revealing the family secrets.
To kill her. Not Cassandra, but the other chick. So
proving
I was like, hey, so I found out they want to kill you. And
nothing
the job is done.
Turns me on more than knowing that you killed 10 people and half an army and half a village to get me the family secrets.
So then she's like, fine, let me go get undressed. Bada bing, bada boom. They came back out, but she'd been unlocked.
Ooh.
I was like, yay, I did it.
I think Alexio's first love interest for me was this chick who, like, her father was being harassed by this, like, lieutenant of the military. So I needed to go tell the lieutenant to, like, not fuck with this guy anymore because he owned the ranch that he lived in. So instead of, like, talking to the lieutenant, I just killed them. And then I came back and I'm like, hey, look, I killed the lieutenant for you. And she's like, oh, I like you. And then they banged. And then now she's on my boat. She's like, I want to sail with you. I'm like, no, this is like a one-time thing. No, this isn't commitment, lady. What are you doing?
Too late.
And she's like, I'm stuck with you.
Killing that other person.
I'm going on the boat with you. I'm like, what are you doing? What? So now she's on the boat with me, and she's like one of the commanders or whatever.
See? Mm-hmm. You screwed up.
See, now I have the all-female boat. I'm ready to rock. So once I get my ship up and running, again, I haven't even been on the boat since like literally real-time November. So, but now it's all ranked up. I'm ready to go to the next island.
I got pretty far in that game. I gotta say, I didn't finish it, but I did get pretty far. I did a lot of stuff. Because I had more than one commander on my boat. I had like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, and I upgraded my boat. I upgraded my boat quite a bit. But yeah, Mayo, just get Origins, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, well, I have Origins. I just haven't finished it.
It's a good story.
If it was worth buying the new one.
Hey, $20. It's worth it. No. When it's $20. No. It probably is that now.
$50. Wow, we're already getting pricey here.
Yeah. But yeah, so I pick away at that. Again, I don't have any
grocery money.
Beer money. But yeah, I don't have any plans to be like, I'm going to play this to the end. I just want to get in and kill shit, make love interest. But next game, guys, I know I've talked about it before, and I shit on it at first, but that Rage 2 game, it keeps calling me back. And I know Jedi of Light out there on Twitter, I know he called me out on it. Like, I thought this game wasn't supposed to be good. You're over here posting clips of this game all the time, like at least once a week. And I will say, like, I still stand by the fact that I don't like to just go get in a car, go drive around the wasteland, and go to the check marker. But now that I've leveled up and I've got more abilities now, like with the ground pound, and and
That's a big gun.
now I'm able to just blast dudes with my magic hands like I'm Iron Man or something. Shit like that is cool. Like you could just go in there and just wreck house like quickly. With a combination of your guns and your wing sticks and grenades and everything. And so now some of the story missions that I'm in, they're totally Doom to me. Doom 2016. Because again, this is that Avalanche id software. And because I've gone into some of these areas, you go underground, I'm like, man, this is Doom is what it is. You're fighting these creatures and characters, and it's all kind of coming together now. So that's what I like about it. Fighting these like colossal monsters. And there's like, it just kind of brings back some of that old school stuff of, shoot them in the head and then they come toward you and they try to crush you and shoot lasers and shit at you. I'm like, okay, I kind of get the Doom feeling of things. And some of that stuff like Borderlands, like with some of the characters. And, you get that, like, what is it, the rage mode? Or the overdrive. So basically you can get that by killing as many characters, enemies as possible. So then you get that more often, right? Once you go into that rage mode, and then your kind of screen kind of turns red a little bit, and you're just shooting enemies a lot faster. So I'm going to keep picking away at it. I'm going to keep going. I like it. It's not game of the year or anything, but it is a good shooter. It doesn't do anything new, but I enjoy it.
That's good. That's the important part.
I feel like this is going to be a game that you're going to finish for some reason. I get that vibe like you're going to play it through.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to play it to the end because I've already come across General Cross, right? He's like the bad guy in the beginning of the game. I think he might have been in Rage 1, if anything. And I've already like had a boss battle with him, which was too easy. I think he was like, his head was connected to like this mech type machine, and I've already fought him. So, and then he, of course, appears on screen. He's like, haha, like, you didn't kill the real me kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to find the real dude eventually. Just by unlocking more shit. And so I've still got like the same 3 weapons. I've still got like just the pistol, shotgun, and the assault rifle. And that's pretty much what they are, right? It doesn't say anything more to what they are. I don't know about where the rocket launcher is. I haven't Googled it. I haven't YouTubed it. So I'm just kind of going through that normal progression of things to get all these things ranked up. I think everything's now at like a level 7. And from what I heard, like, you can just kind of knock the story out if you can. So that's where I'm at. Who knows? I might actually finish it this week. We'll see. We shall see. Let's see. Anything else? Some little bit of Borderlands. MechMod, I did buy Borderlands on PC. It was like $8.79 or something on sale for the Game of the Year edition. So I assume that gets all of the DLC. And if we're gonna, I've already reached level 3, so I'm burning up through that. And continue to play that more in 1440p.
I need to fire that up yet.
Are you planning to buy the third one?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to buy that day one. And I will buy that on Xbox, folks.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. And that's all I've been playing. That is it for me.
Woo!
Yeah.
Finally, wake up, people, wake up. Gunny put you to sleep, but I'm here to wake you up for the news. Woo!
We like news.
It's news time. Let's get into the news. Nintendo news. Says here the Nintendo's president of gaming said the following. The president of Nintendo, Shuntaro Furukawa, said this. While we don't expect all games to become cloud games anytime soon, the technologies are definitely advancing. We see a future where cloud and streaming technologies will develop more and more as a means of delivering games to consumers. We must keep up with such changes in the environment. That being said, if these changes increase the worldwide gaming population, that would just give us more opportunities with our integrated hardware and software development approach to reach people worldwide with the unique entertainment that Nintendo can provide. Unfortunately, Nintendo's online fucking sucks ass. They're like in the year 2003 with their online services. Because, I mean, everything Nintendo does is a stupid fucking code, right? Hey, what's your friend code? No one wants friend codes, Nintendo. Grow up.
Yeah, but this is a purposeful thing because Nintendo still strives to be like kid oriented.
Still,
so that's
Normie,
why
like,
they
it's
do
2019. Little kids got iPads and shit. I don't care.
I get that. But I play Animal Crossing, right? I love a lot of these Nintendo games. Mm-hmm. So I'm a woman of 40-something years old, and I play these games, and I come across a bunch of like little kids, right? So I think I would be weirded out if I had a little kid and he's playing with an adult. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like the chatting back and forth thing still kind of gives me leery.
I've said that before, Nora, on the show. I think you were probably on the last time I said it, where just like you said, hey, I can buy my kid the Wii, the Wii U. Now I can buy him a Switch, and it's going to be safe, like for the most part, right?
Right.
It's going to be that safe console.
And I think that's what they try to aim for because, yes, kids have these other options, right? They have Xbox, they have PC, they have all this technology where they can, broaden their horizons or invite maybe people that shouldn't be invited into their lives. So as a parent, you might want to still be able to control that. So I respect Nintendo for that choice. I mean, it's a personal thought. But I respect that. I respect the friend.
Or they could just add parental controls.
I mean, you could do that. But, I mean, I don't know. I see little kids playing GTA, and my kid never was allowed to play GTA. I was never a fan of GTA. And, now that he's older, he has the choice to play these games, but he chooses not to.
GTA is the shit.
I mean, it's not a bad game. There's a couple things that I don't agree with and that I would not play in the house with him around. You know what I mean? Maybe after hours. Yeah. Yes, I play Gears where we totally chainsaw people's head off their neck. But there's just a couple of elements that I was not okay with GTA when he was little. But as a parent, it makes me feel better.
Mostly.
Yeah, but with this, hey... No, I guess that wouldn't. I was thinking with this article, would Nintendo ever release something on Google Stadia? What's their relationship?
I don't think so. No, Nintendo's very, very exclusive. Like, we're going to keep our exclusives with us. Because that's what makes Nintendo the money. The moment Nintendo makes a deal with anyone... The moment they make a deal with even Sony or Xbox or Stadia or whoever, even Steam, say they made a deal with Steam or Epic Games and they were like, we're going to put Mario Odyssey on Epic Store. The moment that happens, every company is going to be like trying to get Nintendo to, hey, give us Mario, give us this, give us that. And they know that. They know that. So they're like, the reason the name Mario and the Mario character is worth billions of dollars is because only they can make that character.
Right.
As soon as that character becomes like a normal thing on everything, then it's not worth that much. Maybe at first it'll go up, but then eventually like it dilutes the value of that character. It dilutes the value of the exclusivity, and they want people to buy their shit. That's why people buy Nintendo stuff, because you can only play Nintendo stuff on Nintendo's hardware.
Yeah, so reading through the article, it says we must keep up. And so that just means that maybe by the next console in 2 years, I'm not talking about like a Switch Mini or anything, we might actually be able to add friends via email. not an actual,
modern technology.
Forget friend codes. You can still do that too.
Modern technology.
I really feel too like Nintendo is in such a prime spot right now with their handheld system, like for playing on the go. As soon as, I don't know if they're going to implement maybe their own streaming service or whatever to a handheld, but I just feel like they're sitting in a really good spot to stream on the go. It's popular in Japan to carry your games around with you, and I think it would even be popular here if we could get, we want Stadia to be on the go on our phones and stuff like that, but that's still kind of an open ecosystem, so you're playing on all these different kind of devices, so it has to try to work on all these different devices. You can almost compare Nintendo to Apple, where they have a closed platform, I guess, that they're on. They could design games specifically to run really well, really optimized for that platform. And if they had their own kind of streaming service that we could just take a Switch with us to work or on the bus or whatever and not have to use really any kind of major data, or if we have unlimited data on the go, I think that would be kind of an awesome opportunity.
Yeah.
Even though I don't play Nintendo games myself, but I just feel like that would be nice, even for like vacation. Just like my kids when we're driving. We have to drive 6 hours to get to the ocean. So when we're going through the mountains and stuff like that, give the kids something to do. They could play in the car, and it'd be a great opportunity.
Just thinking of like jimmying the Switch to like the little monitors that a lot of the newer cars have, like the little DVD players or whatever, and having them play back in the back. Dang, I would be making everybody else drive. I would be back there playing those games if that was
definitely
the case.
My wife would be driving, and I'd be over on the passenger side playing Zelda.
Like, you guys drive. I'm busy back here.
But Nintendo is kind of ahead of everyone in terms of game streaming, whereas early last year with Resident Evil 7, they were streaming that shit to the Switch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You could play that game on the Switch, and it looked pretty decent on graphics because it wasn't running off of the chip inside the Switch. It was just being played off of a computer somewhere, being streamed over the internet onto the Switch, so the graphics actually look pretty decent. They actually look really good. They were in 720p, but the resolution was 720p or 560 or whatever the fuck the screen is.
I think it was 560.
Yeah, I think it's 560 the screen, right? It was in 560p, but it still looked pretty decent in graphics because it was not being like the graphics weren't internal. They were like from another server somewhere. So they were kind of ahead of everyone there. Then they did it again with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which then Ubisoft turned around and also teamed up with Stadia to test that game.
I remember that. Yep.
So maybe Ubisoft, what if Ubisoft is creating their own streaming thing?
They could. I never thought of that, because now they have their Game Pass coming out.
They've been testing that with everything, yeah.
Which I signed up for.
What if they've been quietly just creating their own type of streaming technology?
Let everybody else do all the testing and then just kind of throw their little version out there.
Hey,
I mean, they talked about that tech, or about that. Wasn't it Ubisoft that? Yeah, they talked about that back in E3 in 2018. Unless I'm thinking of another publisher.
Yeah, because in Japan you can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Switch. So, that's kind of weird, right?
I think, once Google Stadia once that comes out, everybody's going to come out of the woodwork. We have it too.
I think people are not banking on Google Stadia. I think Google Stadia is going to be a top fucking hit, dude. A number one thing. People are talking about Xbox, xCloud. Oh, look at the test xCloud did. That's just it, guys. xCloud is in the fucking beta still. Google Stadia is ready to fucking go. They're out the door already. They're like, motherfucker, we're launching. We're fucking full systems. Let's go. All they need is the games. And as soon as they convince people that, hey, look, it's working, the games work, they look good, there's not a lot of latency there, then the companies will start jumping on board and being like, hey, we can put our fucking games on this thing. Let's start doing that. Why not? Next thing you know, if they could start getting all the indie gems like Nintendo Switch has done on their console, got like a ton of indies. That's why Nintendo Switch is so popular. They got so many indies on there from Steam. It's crazy. But as soon as they can get indies from Steam and say like, hey, Stardew Valley, hey, Fez, hey, that fucking game Gunny just bought this week for $10, come over here and be on our fucking shit.
Yeah. They did. Reggie really came through. Because he's a games are coming, guys. I promise you, games are coming.
But
I think it's a great move.
All the games coming to the Switch, which is really smart of them, is all Steam bullshit that we've already played on Steam, or see on Steam for $2, but they come out on Switch for $30 because of the
That's a
Nintendo
smart
tax.
move.
So
That
like,
is a damn
why
smart-
can't Stadia
really good.
do the same thing? Stadia can just go ahead and make a bunch of deals with Steam people and the indie
Yep.
devs and be like, hey, look, we got a bunch of fucking deals for you here. We got the money. Here's a few contracts. Put your shit on our shit, and we'll stream your game to people. And I think it could be a hit. But people don't realize that Stadia is coming out full launch this year. It ain't no fucking beta. It's coming out this fall.
Right.
While Microsoft is still over here like testing that shit. They're not full release yet. They're not even close, dude. They're not even close.
Then you got the YouTube integration too. With these kids these days love their
Yeah.
YouTube, and so like the level's too hard. Let me YouTube how to do it, and it's built right into Stadia, so you can YouTube exactly that point where you're at in the
YouTube is
game,
fucking huge.
and you're like, oh, this is how I do it, and then they'll work their way through it.
Not just that, Mayo, but your kid can be watching a Roblox video and thinking, whoa, I really want to play that Roblox game. They press a
And
little
play
button.
it instantly.
Yeah.
They literally press a button and that shit is there. It's like loading up.
No need to progress up,
Like
7
that is
to
crazy.
20 hours.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like
Just go right to that
instant
part you love.
gratification, dude. Instant gratification is the thing nowadays.
Sure.
I think it's been the thing for
they
the past
say-
10 years, but yes.
They say the attention span of a millennial, people like my age and shit, is like 6 seconds.
Oh my god.
They say the attention span of a person, generation, I think it's generation Y or Z, right? The people after us. People born in the year 99 and above. They say the attention span of somebody in that age range is like 3 seconds.
Goodness.
Half of our attention span. So in 3 seconds, if you don't have someone's attention that quick, you lost that cell, you lost that attention, they don't interest that person. So like, Stadia gives you that instant fucking gratification of just you press a button and the shit is working, dude. That is
Dude, we
crazy.
did dial-up. Dial-up took 45 seconds to a minute. And we're like, whoa, that's
You
so
got mail.
So fast. The fucking the noises of the thing booting.
Mom, hang up the phone. I'm on AOL.
Mom, I'm on the internet.
Dang it, I gotta disable the other line. I just got kicked off the internet.
I'm paying $20 a separate line, so I don't have to hear you guys. You can make your
Late
phone
at night.
call.
You're trying to mask the sound of the modem
Fucking
dialing out and everything. So you're like, oh, be quiet. I'm waking the whole house up. Neighbors waking up.
Loud ass fucking modem. Shit.
Hook
But
covered
yeah.
with a pillow.
But we'll see, man. Like that, we'll see what happens with all that Stadia stuff. I think Stadia's gonna be a fucking hit. I think people are sleeping on it. That's my opinion, though. We'll see, though.
I'm
Anyways,
curious. I'm curious.
EA Access is going to launch for the PlayStation 4 next month. I think we talked about this last week. So yeah, it's launching this month actually, July 24th. $5 a month. You're going to be able to play Mass Effect Andromeda, Dragon Age Inquisition, Battlefield 5, A Way Out. And you also get access to pre-launch trials and a 10% discount on digital purchases on the PS4 for EA games. Yeah.
Yeah, good deal.
Something to look forward to, you PlayStation guys.
Yeah, something to look forward to, I guess.
Play your offline games.
10 years later after my Xbox had it.
Yeah, it's like PUBG, Sony ponies.
Let's see here. PC Gamer, we got an article about Iceborne.
Iceborne.
so-
Monster Hunter Worlds.
This is going to be the last DLC for Monster Hunter story. Like, they said that they may release more DLC, not based on like a campaign or a story anymore, but this is like the last actual piece of story DLC that they're going to do for the game, which is pretty big. The game is huge. It's big fucking game.
I haven't
guys.
played it since launch. I mean, I bought it, paid the $60, played it for a week and a half. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Played the demo on the Nintendo Switch, which was like a different looking version. I think it was a different version altogether, but yeah, it just didn't grab my interest.
It was their biggest Monster Hunter game ever made, and it's the first one to come to PC, so they're saying that they had great success with it, but they need to move forward and plan for the future. I'm pretty sure they're probably thinking next-gen consoles. So they're like, fuck it, we're not going to make DLC for this shit anymore. No one's going to be playing this shit in 2 years. Everyone's going to be playing on the new Xbox, on the new PlayStation.
Said it launches on the PS4 September 6th. Where is PC and Xbox? I don't know. It doesn't say.
Yeah, what if they got some exclusive rights to it or something? I wonder.
Oh, I wonder if they got that. If PlayStation got that, that would be something. Well, it either that or it's going to be a timed exclusive.
Another news. American Truck Simulator's next expansion is going to be headed to Utah, boys.
Hell yeah, convoy up.
Home of the Mormons and home of I don't know what else. What else is in Utah?
They got 3 wives each.
Oh, they got the weak beer down there. They got no good alcohol in Utah.
Sorry, Utah listeners.
And you guys,
We got trucks,
you guys
we got
play this?
We got Freightliners.
You got this, Mayo.
trucks.
I downloaded it.
Yeah, I have it, but I played it for like 5 minutes and I was done. I did not like it. I heard really good about it. The Euro Truck Simulator was highly reviewed, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta keep my options open. I'll give it a shot.
And don't play that on this great holiday American weekend.
I didn't like it.
Play Euro Simulator. Got to play American Truck Simulator. I think I played it for 5 minutes too. I own it. First got my PC.
I tried to do as much damage as I could to my truck, and
that's pretty much what I ended up doing. And even then, when you would hit traffic or something like that, and it didn't really do a whole lot. It was just kind of like two things coming together, and then they would just kind of stop and back up and then drive away, and you just kind of keep on going.
I think after watching a couple streams like recently, like, hey, there's he's in San Francisco. What do you know? He's playing on Twitch, and boom, he hits a guardrail, and he's got to get his truck towed and get a bill for like $6,000.
Where I think it could be fun is if we could just mod it and turn it into GTA 5.
Oh, that would be sweet. I would play it.
Play driving
fun.
games. I run into everything there.
It's a single player game, right? So it has to have mods. I haven't even checked the Steam community.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Go Utah.
In other news, the United Kingdom's Trade Association is trying to get game developers from moving over to France, because apparently France is a very good country for game developers. They got lots of tax breaks and shit over there for them. Lots of game developers are based out of France. Big ones like Ubisoft have.
That's where the headquarters are, right?
Yeah.
They're Canada.
Yeah, they're from France. Oh, maybe Canada. Could it be? Probably Canada, right?
Ryan can tell us. What's up with all these good...
Canada's a weird country, right? They speak French.
See.
But their queen is the Queen of England.
Yes.
What the fuck, guys? What's going on here?
They all speak English.
I'm confused.
Yeah,
and they speak English like Americans. What the fuck?
Don't they drink milk out of a bag?
Yeah, and they drink milk out of a bag. What's going on with the fucking Canadians? They don't,
so does parts of South America, too. Where my parents are from, they drink milk out of a bag.
Culture, they don't know what culture to adopt, or they just adopt any culture? What's going on up there? Fucking Matt Bradford, tell us.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, and Matt, Ryan, where you guys at? We need some
fucking
clarification
Canadians,
over here.
you guys got a queen and you guys got French. You need to pick one or the other, guys.
Stop taking our video game companies.
Yeah, you motherfuckers.
And they have a prime minister.
Yeah, but the Queen of England is the Queen of Canada?
I don't think so anymore. Aren't they independent?
Bullshit. She shows up to Canada. I bet you they treat her like the Queen of England.
Of course, man. I would treat her like the Queen. She can come to my house anytime she wants.
Wait a minute. What about what happens when Trump goes up there?
Yeah, they don't treat Trump like the fucking president of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Trump is very anti what Canada stands for, or so what we think, so, at least.
I'm just saying. No, but in reality, like I looked that up. I saw it somewhere. Somebody mentioned they were like, yeah, the Queen of England. She's like the Queen of like South Africa, the Queen of like Canada, the Queen of like a bunch of other fucking countries in the world.
South Africa has the accent too. They were once under British rule.
Yeah, that's why they wear the wigs in their courtrooms. They wear like the white powder wigs.
Spiky mohawks. That's why.
Anyways,
hey, but this is nothing more than these car manufacturer companies that China competes with Korea and Vietnam and all these other places, right?
Yeah,
where,
but
hey, you can build it cheaper here.
What this trade committee or whatever association, what they're afraid of is that because of Brexit, that a lot of companies are going to be leaving the UK to France because France is still part of the European Union. They're going to be going over there instead. So they're trying to propose like a 25 to 30% increase in tax relief for video games, and also in so from the 25 to 30% increase, so it's a 5% increase that they're proposing. They say that is going to result in about 700 more jobs being able to open up in the UK, and 95 million pounds of development expenditure and 86 million in taxes. So they got like a lot of extra money to like develop games.
Good.
Yeah, because right now, because right now, as we speak, France already has a 30% tax relief for game developers. So I guess Britain is trying to match him. Yeah.
All right.
Either way.
Either way.
Just make a good video game, folks.
Come to me. I'll give you all the breaks.
Epic because they don't know all the breaks. Go to Epic and get that extra.
Go to North Carolina. You get all the breaks.
You get to work those epic hours, too. Get some epic money.
In other news, Remedy has finally acquired the rights to Alan Wake from Microsoft. So, you know how Microsoft owned the rights to that game? Well, apparently now Remedy owns the rights to that game. And with that being said, they said that they can now bring the game to any platform they want.
Epic exclusive.
Probably.
Mayo's over there pumping his fists.
So, yeah.
When I seen the trailer for Blair Witch, I thought for sure it was going to be Alan Wake.
It was going to be Alan Wake, too, at first.
I wonder if they were making Alan Wake and then they just was like,
it's too hard.
No, we'll just make it Blair Witch and then we're just going to sell Alan Wake.
I need to ask my friend Ed, because my friend Ed is one of the directors of the Blair Witch. So I need to ask him if he was involved with this game at all.
Yeah, you should ask him. Be like, are you guys involved in this shit, or is this just like some hobos watching?
Well, I know he sold the rights. I just don't know how much of the rights. And like in the past, when they were making the newer movies, they would call him up and ask for his input on it.
Oh.
So I'll talk to him. He's all over the place. He's been filming all over the place. So like he's hard to get a hold of.
Okay. In other news, moving on here, ladies and gentlemen, to some EA news. Apparently, Electronic Arts is struggling with perception that they are, quote, just a bunch of bad guys.
Yeah, I read this article. I was laughing. I was like, all right, well.
An article by GameSpot says, one of the publishers of Electronic Arts bosses has spoken up to talk about how, after 25 years with the company, he continues to struggle with how EA is often perceived as, quote, a bunch of bad guys, end quote. Says here, a publicly traded company with thousands of employees around the world, EA is among the world's largest, oldest, and most established gaming publishers. EA's EVP of Strategic Growth, Matt Bilby, explained to GI.biz that when EA makes mistakes, these issues are blown out due to, in part, of the company's size and scale. He said, quote, 25 years in EA and I still struggle with the external perception that we're just a bunch of bad guys. We love making games and playing games. Unfortunately, when we make mistakes on games, the world knows about it because of the size and scale. No shit. You're fucking EA. What do you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Of course they're gonna know.
That's a good thing. You're fucking EA. You're that big.
That's like if Fortnite made a huge mistake somewhere, everybody would know about it and everybody would be talking about it. I mean...
Come on now.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Bilby.
It says here that, indeed, when EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 ignited a controversy in 2017 over its implementation of loot boxes and microtransactions, which were removed before the game's public release, the discussion kicked off a global examination of loot boxes in video games that continue to today. The title might have been embroiled in controversy, but it shipped a gargantuan 9 million plus copies in its first month alone, making it one of the most successful Star Wars games in history. Oh, fuck. It's similar to a story of EA Battlefield 4, which had a rough launch but was also hugely successful. And also in the interview, Bilby spoke about how EA, as the company grows larger and larger, faces the perception that it becomes disconnected from new original ideas. That's where the EA Originals programs come in, and the label is behind the titles like A Way Out, Faye, and Sea of Solitude, along with more games coming upon in the future. It says here, EA Originals is our opportunity to connect with talent and those smaller ideas. When you are part of a big company, it's too easy to fall into the trap when you just see a game concept that has to be big. The notion of actually coming up with a small, unique game idea, we know from the work that we've been doing on our subscription business that gamers will play FIFA or a Fortnite. They have one main franchise, but then they want breaks from those games to play something that's maybe 5 or 10 hours long. So, maybe they're learning, but I don't think so. Sounds like EA is being EA. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
It just sounds like he's saying
reading
that we don't
bullet
deserve
points. Like
the hate, or
they deserve the hate. They fucked up. What do you mean?
Jealousy? I don't know.
They're stupid. They should not put those loot boxes in that game in the first place, or at least not so egregious fucking loot boxes where you must pay us so much money to unlock this loot box to be a better Darth Vader than if you didn't pay us. What?
Oh, yeah, right. I mean,
that was the bullshit about it. It wasn't like cosmetics or anything. If it would have been just make Darth Vader pink. Oh, okay, that would have been okay. But no, they didn't want to. They said it was all Disney's idea because Disney didn't want to taint the look of Star Wars, right? Because they apparently said that they went to Disney and they told Disney, look, we want to make loot boxes. Can we make cosmetic changes? Can we make
right?
Would that have made a difference?
Purple stormtroopers or pink stormtroopers? And Disney was like, no, they have to look like stormtroopers. You can't make them.
Well,
pink.
you know what? That could also be part of the stipulation, and I don't know, but probably part of the stipulation when George Lucas sold him the rights. Yeah. You're like, okay, I'll sell you the rights, but you are not allowed to change these certain characters.
Oh, these certain
so that could probably be part of it also.
Yeah, and that's why that's the reason EA said that they went instead with cosmetics, they went with these stat changes to make it better or whatever, which is the whole reason they fucking fucked that up big time and it became a big thing. What do you think, man?
Yeah. Again, I say, they have a general perception anymore. I think people just want to see them fail. After they made everybody mad with the loot boxes, you had this Mass Effect ordeal where the game just got pushed out too early, in my opinion. And it just, some people really enjoy it, once they fixed it and got it going. But people were critical of the game already just because they know the history with EA here recently with the loot boxes and stuff. And then going to this other game, they almost like they were looking for something to kind of latch onto and just rip apart. So then, that kind of built a little more. And then you kind of started getting the whole, what's their MMO, their division rival?
Anthem.
Yes, Anthem.
That shit show. Out, can you believe it? That's sad. We can't remember the name of Anthem, and it released 3 months ago.
Yeah, their dumpster fire.
And the game looked okay, and I was kind of like, okay, this game looks pretty cool. And I remember my boy, he picked it up and pre-ordered it, and we actually got the Origin Premiere Pass to play this game early. And he did a 24-hour stream playing with the group, and they did all the content in the first 24 hours.
That's the thing too, where you're able to unlock everything.
He all suddenly just dropped it, and then he was like, I made reference to it one day about wanting to benchmark it for somebody, and he's like, I don't even own it anymore. He goes, I only had it in Premiere, and I canceled my Premiere because I didn't even want to play it. Right. And it seems to have such a bad aura around it now. People just almost like you're not the cool kid if you're gonna play this game. If you do play this game, you're not.
I remember Brink of Eternity, right?
It's a one-horse pony.
Y'all know Brink. I remember when the game came out. Well, you guys remember how in January they had the alpha, right? The super pre-alpha, where people were like, "Oh, this is the closed beta for people that pre-order," right? So me and Brink and IAMS played it together. And I told Brink, okay, the game seems pretty fun, but there's some glitches that I'm worried about. when the next weekend came around and they did the same exact beta with the same exact content, and they had promised more content than the original beta, that's the moment I pulled out. And you guys remember that podcast? I was talking so much shit about Anthem. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out. I don't want to play this." And Brink was like, "No, dude, it's gonna be great. They got so much content planned." And Brink defended that fucking game for like a month straight. Like, I would talk so much shit to him, be like, "Dude, why would you pay $60 for this?" He was like, "Oh no, it's so good, dude. Best game ever. Look at this flying. Look at this HDR. Look at this 4K." And it took him about a month to finally be like, "Look, dude, I went on Reddit today and like the Anthem Reddit, and I give up." He's like, "I give up defending Anthem. I'm done defending this shit." And he was just done. And then like it finally broke him. And I'm like, "God, it took you long enough, dude."
Yeah, there was a lot of anticipation for this game. I remember there were members from this Xbox Live, and there was like Carbide, if you know him, right? He was so hyped for this game for like 2 years. You know, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, it does look good. I agree. I played the beta. I played the game when it first came out on EA Access, and yeah, I have no quarrels about how
EA. Don't trust EA. I wouldn't even trust EA with this new Star Wars game that they're doing.
No, dude, don't say that. I'm really excited for the new Star Wars game.
Don't trust them, Normie.
Yeah, no, I trust. They've got my full trust.
Don't.
So I'm probably hanging on and probably drowning down with them.
Knock her down.
You are the problem of the fucking world, Normie.
Don't pre-order.
You are the problem you're the reason EA doesn't fucking change their ways, Normie.
EA loves
EA, it's like this, Normie. It's like you and EA are in a relationship, right? And EA beats the shit out of you, and they beat the fuck out of you.
In a relationship with
they
EA.
grab Anthem and they smack you in the face with Anthem, and then they grab the Battlefront 2, they smack you in the face again, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we got this new Star Wars coming out. Look at this new shiny trailer."
Hey, it's going to be different.
It looks so good. Come on, fellas. You cannot tell me this does not look beautiful.
It looks good, but I wouldn't trust them. They got something up their fucking sleeves, those motherfuckers. They always do.
I will crawl right up there in their sleeves wherever they want me, because that game looks amazing.
They always got something fucking. We got loot boxes. You gotta pay to go in the next level. Woo! We call this.
The thing is that they probably won't get that money from me because I already got it for the game.
And you know what?
I won't pay for
They're gonna be like, and we call this a surprise mechanic. Woo! Yay. Surprise!
Woo. A lot of loot box. All right.
Pay us to go to the next level. Surprise!
hey, honey, what'd you spend $25 on? Surprise!
Surprise mechanics.
Star Wars.
Everyone likes surprises, like that lady said. That thing.
Yeah.
Everyone likes surprises. Woo! Kinder eggs. Funny. Everyone likes Kinder eggs, guys.
Kinder eggs are awesome.
I'm gonna send EA $200 worth of Kinder eggs.
Cooking Kinder eggs. Anyways,
mail them.
Last piece of news I got here, guys.
Yes, I'm gonna be eating a Kinder egg right in front of me.
Larian CEO Sven Vinke. He was talking about Google Stadia, and he's talking about how whether they considered the addition of SSD drives in the next generation consoles to be potentially revolutionary. And this is what they replied. They said, to be fair, people have SSDs in their PCs already, so it's not that much of a revolution. Streaming is a very important technology for modern games, so the faster you can stream your data, you can put more of it, and you're going to have higher quality assets, which is pretty much what everybody expects there to be. The big questions are going to be, how much memory do you get to actually do that? Is there sufficient memory to fool around with? How much CPU power are you getting? Because that's also important. But it's the classic things that we see with every generation. I mean, how much GPU power do we get? But at the end of the day, it's always going to be more. It's going to be more detailed. It's going to allow us to do more accurate simulations. I think that the more interesting question is how stuff like Google Stadia will change things. It will give developers something different. In the data centers, these machines are connected to each other. And so you can start thinking of doing things like elastic rendering, like make a couple of servers together to do physics simulation that may not be possible on current local hardware. I think you'll see a lot of evolution in this direction. Dun dun dun!
Dun, dun,
Also,
dun.
Google Stadia boss Phil Harrison teased a few months ago. He said, quote, when you have an almost uncapped amount of computation sitting in the data center that you can use to support your game design and ambition, whether it's in a vastly superior multiplayer, whether it's distributed in physics or massive simulations, there's things that we can do inside a data center that you can never do inside a discrete, standalone device. So they're pretty much saying, like, look, we got more power than these fucking consoles. Fuck you and your consoles. Google Stadia Master Race.
Yeah.
Woo! Back on board. Woo!
And I think they're saying too is like they can basically adapt. You know, yeah, we're sitting on one. They're streaming it to us, but they can always change the hardware on their end at any point in time if they need or see fit. So
yeah,
it's kind of future proof
because everyone, you know,
they're doing the upgrading.
Everyone was talking about thinking about E3. How everyone was talking about the SSD, the SSD. Fucking, how many times have you heard SSD from Xbox? SSD RAM SSD.
Right. We, like you said, we already have that. You know, we're going to have that in the PCs. It's kind of the way the games are designed, and we have access to SSDs. We have fast SSDs. You know, so we're going to have that same option, and then they're going to have that in Stadia. I guarantee, when that stuff starts coming out, when these new consoles come out, these games are going to play just like the games on the console
on Stadia. Because think about it, Stadia is going to have a whole year of like developing and research and working out the bugs. That by next November, when the actual consoles come out, Stadia's going to have a full year of like knowing what the fuck they've been doing for the last year. And that's going to be a game changer. Normie, are you interested in Google Stadia?
Honestly, no.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I just don't know enough about it. You know, people are streaming. We have Twitch already, right? Mm-hmm. So we're already watching it through this way. We already have YouTube. To me, it's just another streaming device.
But it's streaming games that you can play.
Anything you want to play, you can pick up and play day one without
any
having
TV, any phone, any screen.
The nice thing, but I don't have sophisticated internet to be able to do something like that. Normally, I would probably crash and burn.
How fast
how
is
good
your internet? We're gonna do a test right now.
Poopy.
Do you at least get 20 megabytes down?
I don't know. Well, Eli used to do this thing. I don't even know how to do it, where you do ping or whatever.
You can do speedtest.com. Is an easy one.
Okay, let's go there. I'll tell you in a moment.
Just go to your Google browser and just do speed test. Just does it.
Well, come on now.
Live experiment here, people.
Yeah, live experiment.
Live experiment. Speed test. They already knew what I wanted.
We're streaming the live test.
The live one. Let's see. Start the sucker.
Normie all of a sudden leaves the call.
Yeah.
You broke the internet.
You guys hear like that vacuum sound? Is it working or what?
You'll see like a little bar filling up.
I can say, Jesus, I was kind of surprised how when we were playing Apex, we ran into the other guy with us, and he said he had bad internet. Remember, he was telling us he had he said he had like 800 kilobyte down.
Yeah, that's Gunny. This dude was playing Apex with us on Discord, on chatting with us, playing with us just fine. He said he played on 800 kilobyte connection. Apex Legends.
That's almost dial-up. So I'm not
worried about Stadia, dude. They got this latency shit down. You know what I mean?
And it'll only get better as time goes on.
Definitely, dude. Cell phones have better connection. Fucking cell phones have like 10 megabyte down and shit, you know, like on a bad day.
Yeah.
All right, so we are registering around 7. Well, we just went down to 6.5.
7 down or up?
Up.
Up? What about download?
Well, it says download Mbps's, whatever the fuck that means. 5.83, 16 ping.
Okay.
That's a good ping.
So you got a good ping. You got really good ping. So actually, you're actually able to play on. She's able to play 1080p, right? So she doesn't have to pay for the premium Stadia.
Yeah. So that was between 5 and 10 megabyte down.
Yeah. So Normie, so like Stadia has this thing where like you can pay $10 a month to play in 4K, but if you want to play just in 1080p, which is like what most people game on nowadays, anyways. You don't have to pay for Stadia at all. You just buy your games through them. It's like a store, like a Microsoft store, right? Like you go to the Stadia.com and you can buy like, I want to buy the new Wolfenstein game or the new Star Wars game, and you buy it through them for $60. Now you're able to play that Wolfenstein game or that Star Wars game anytime you want to, just by logging into your Stadia account anywhere in the world.
And on any browser or anything, so you can on any
Anything.
Chrome browser, so you could play it on your laptop, even if it's an older laptop.
Even if it's an old laptop. Even if it's the laptop you're using right now, Normie.
Oh, my poor little baby can handle it.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Is it something I would use? I don't know either. I guess it would just, once it comes out, I'll see what happens. It's just like the backlog of all the games that I have. I'm like, I'm gonna play this game, and I buy it, and it sits unused forever and ever.
Normie, you mentioned going to New York and going to Times Square, and you're playing Pokemon Go, and hey, it's the best thing, and there's other people out there playing it. You're all on your phones. It's kind of streaming in a way, right? It's right, because you're all searching for the same thing, and so maybe down the road in the future where there could be that Google Stadia game, right? I'm thinking that's the future where, hey, only this game works on Google Stadia, but everybody's got a browser on their phone, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's going to be the part where it really takes off.
Google Stadia sharing. HGP can have the largest library of Google Stadia games by the community members. We just literally make an email account.
Horrible men
gamers at gmail.com and log into Stadia, and everyone buys a game that wants to be part of this. And we'll just all have the largest
Gunny,
library of Stadia games ever.
Mayo.
That's a cool idea. That would be fun.
Yeah. Anyways.
I wonder how many times we'd be kicking each other off.
Fuck you. It's time for me to play. Anyways, move on here to community questions. Gunny, community questions. You can leave questions in the Facebook group for us to answer, as well as our Discord. And Gunny has all the questions this week. Gunny, go. Question time.
I've got community questions. I got them all.
Okay.
And our first one is from Nipron. Johnny. He says, okay, you're allowed to eat one type of food and not gain weight, which is good, I guess. The problem is you're stuck eating only different types of that food. Which would you pick? For example, it could be sub sandwiches, pasta dishes, or pizza.
I want
I wonder, can I eat? Okay, I don't know if this is in the rules or not, but can I have just burritos?
That's what I was thinking. Burritos, just burritos.
Can we have steak?
Because he said the same type of food, but it could be like a different type of burrito every day. So you can have like a breakfast burrito, a carne asada burrito, a bean burrito, a rice burrito.
See, we all think alike, because I was getting ready to say tacos. So I mean, it's pretty close.
Pretty close. Either tacos or burritos would be the best choice, because you could put anything in a tortilla and just wrap it up and fucking eat it.
But the same thing with the pizza. I mean, you can take that dough and stretch it out and turn it into a calzone.
Pizza, Normie? What are you going to do with the
calzone, breadsticks, all kinds of different combinations on your pizza. Veggie
they even make dessert pizza. I guess that could qualify as a pizza. You could get dessert and pizza.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'll allow it.
Anyways.
Pizza's my favorite. I can eat pizza every
Those are our answers, Jonathan. All right. Next question, Gunny.
Next one is from Normie herself.
Me.
And she asks if you're on a deserted island, and for whatever miraculous reason, you have the ability to play one console. Oh, geez, I didn't see this part, Normie. And one game for the rest of your life. What do you choose? So I only get the one console and one game?
Correct.
Oh, man.
Do we have internet access on this island?
Yeah, like I said, for whatever miraculous reason, you have the ability to play one game and one console. So, you're miraculously connected, right? You have the TV, you have the internet, but you can only play one console, one game.
This isn't my answer.
The rest of your life.
But I feel like Normals is going to be Roblox.
And think about that.
Roller Coaster World. Jeez. I'm just trying to think. Do I want it to be a racer or a shooter? I'm thinking
I'm going a game I've never played.
You could hate yourself the whole time you're on the island, just drinking coconut water, Jesus. Choose wisely.
I'm going World of Warcraft because it's the longest running game.
That's probably
running forever.
Because you could just keep leveling up.
Yeah, and it could just run forever. Because it's probably going to still run for the next 10 years. I'll be stuck on that island for quite a long time, so...
And you could have, like, your in-game relationships on there, even. You wouldn't be lonely.
Sure. I got relationships in the game. What if we don't need people?
That's true.
Because miraculously, you're the only person on the island.
Me and a bunch of honey badgers and me hanging out on the island.
I like that answer because I was going to say some kind of like crafting survival. Even though I haven't played Ark, there's something you could just spend a lot of time in building. Like Minecraft, crafting kind of game that you could just really build and just expand and get creative and just keep playing. So I guess my answer would be like probably something like Ark that, you could just craft away and just put tons of hours into and just make it the game that you want to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I would just have to go with maybe just Minecraft, I guess, overall. Even though it's not a game I play every day or all the time.
That's probably what I would pick.
On the Xbox.
Yeah, like I said that I don't play it because it makes it motion sickness. But if you're deserted on an island, you need every kind of imaginative thing you can to know how to survive. So you're like, oh, why didn't I think of chopping down that tree and making that into this or that?
You can test it out on Minecraft to see if it works, and then go and
build the house first, the hut first, and then put it test to real life. Good choice.
Exactly. And it would definitely be an Xbox.
Yeah, I'd probably play it on an Xbox too, just because it'd be smaller and more convenient in case I had to move around.
Yeah, good choice. All right, next one. Horribly awkward Sean Fuller out of Earthquake Country. And he says, y'all seem like some classy motherfuckers. My question is, thanks, Sean. Can you go 5 minutes without being so goddamn fresh?
Yeah.
Can we?
Maybe.
Gunny, that's because you and I are classics, so we can't help but be classy.
We're super classy. Jesus, that question's for you then. Or Normie.
Fresh as fuck, son. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, you classy fucks.
I mean, like, fresh, like, fresh, powdery, fresh, like your armpits smell nice, fresh.
Like fresh.
Or like
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like,
I was thinking that, Dougie Fresh.
You're fresh, son.
Put on some fresh tracks.
Yeah.
So the answer is no for me.
Okay, next question.
Next one from Brian Tulp. It says, what does he ask? Why do people quit when Gunny's on the holidays? Gunny comes back down, a man always. Anybody else notice that?
That is true.
Brian.
Last year, Ryan left when you were on holiday.
I know. I was like, I went on vacation. I come back.
Eric left when you're on holiday. I mean, Gunny, are you like threatening people?
I'm not going on vacation again. So I don't want Mayo leave.
Are you like showing up at people's houses or something? Like
That's where I go on vacation. Went to Brian's house.
You better fucking quit
Ryan.
the podcast.
I went to Ryan. I went to Canada to see Ryan.
Yeah, he's not going on vacation. Actually, he's just going to their houses and just trying to. We all just think he's going
showing up with like a fucking gun and gloves on and shit. Like, you better fucking.
The next show you're on.
You better say you quit the show.
You will resign.
Don't worry, guys. I'll squeal if I ever leave and Gunny's on vacation. I'm gonna throw out a last-minute message out there.
That's what I did to Eric. That's what happened to Eric. I showed up with my Switch. And
no, Gunny, secretly, Gunny, we don't know the true story is that Gunny was the one that kicked over the ladder.
Oh, no.
Gunny walked up to Eric, kicked over the ladder.
Dressed up like the dog coming out of the bush from duck season.
I had the dog hat on.
Kicked over the fucking ladder. What's up, Eric? Told you to get off the podcast. It was your last warning. Last warning, Eric.
Picture will show up eventually on Facebook. All right. Next one from Brian. He says, "What games are you shocked that it's not? What game are you shocked that's not in the Mayo Pass?" Oh, let's see. Let's go through it really quick. I'm just gonna look at his games.
Yeah,
I know there's a few that I've. That what? that I've
Yeah,
seen.
just read them all off.
Oh, was there like 700 games here?
Let's get over here until next week.
Jeez.
No, I'm not surprised. There's, no, nothing.
I don't think I can be surprised.
Games.
It's all basically everything in here, like besides the games that I played, are all anime.
A lot of porn games on here, man.
Oh.
A lot of questionable.
Questionable porn games.
I wouldn't even call them games.
Hentai.
But, I'm thinking you're not into the racing games, Mayo. I don't see a lot of those on. But I mean, there's not a lot.
There's not a lot in the PC actually world. I mean, that's why I was excited when Forza 3 came to PC on the Game Pass, because it was actually a legitimate racing game for the PC. Now, don't get me wrong, there is some really hardcore racing simulators out there, but I don't like the racing simulator. I like the more arcade type racing games. So like your Need for Speeds, which those games are in the Origin Pass, so that's why they're not in the Steam Pass. But most of the games on Steam aren't really racer oriented.
No, and there's that game that I saw that pops up very so often.
There's a game that I'm kind of
subscription
surprised.
based.
I'm surprised that Mayo doesn't own.
What's up?
That's Frostpunk.
Yeah. Did you play that on
Frostpunk?
the Gunny Pass? No.
No, I have not played it yet. When Frostpunk came out, no, I don't. Frostpunk came out when We Are Billions came out, or They Are Billions came out, and I went with They Are Billions. And a friend of mine, actually, Snickersnee, we were Game Pass sharing, so I have his library, and he has about a 700 game library, and he already had it. So I bought They Are Billions so he could play it, and then I could play his Frostpunk off of his account. So we just kind of flip flopped instead of buying the same game twice.
You know, Mel, I posted in Discord about They Are Billions after playing that on your, and I've played it before, but now it has that story arc to it, which is basically just dialogue. Yeah, no, I don't think there's there's some objectives you need to complete, but mostly it's just build and go and shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I played it on easy. I put it on baby mode.
Gunny. The game fucking sucks, Gunny. The game, just fucking say it. It fucking sucks.
It sucked.
Mayo should have gone with Frostpunk. You fucked up, Mayo. You fucked up.
I can play Frostpunk. I can do it.
Oh.
And I have you. Gunny has it in his account and Snickersnee. I have it 2 times in my account.
Play it.
3 times.
Play it next week. Report back. Tell us how good it is.
And I'll play it on my ultra wide and get all the extra couple inches on the screen. Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, Brian wants to know if it's okay that he stopped listening to the GFNG podcast. Why would you do that?
They're just a bunch of shit talkers that don't know what they're talking about. It's like, it's like they don't know what they're talking about. So why listen to them? Good on you.
I listen just to see what shit talk they're talking about, and
pretty much like that's what I listen to.
Alan saying I'm a girl gamer. What's up with that?
What the fuck? What's up with that, Alan? You bitch. Yeah.
What?
Fuck you.
What?
Oh, me a girl gamer.
Yeah. Don't fuck off, Gunny. Normie, say fuck GFNG.
I don't throw the F-bomb around, but I'd be like, screw you, GNG, or whatever your name is.
It's good effing games.
Yeah. Fuck you, GFNG, you motherfuckers. Yeah. Those guys, fuck them. Anyways.
Them and their paladins talk over there.
Stupid fucking... Oh, I play this fucking free Paladins game. Oh, look at me. I'm a gamer. Yeah.
Hey.
Even my my 14-year-old boy said nobody plays Paladins.
Yeah, exactly. Even Mayo's 14-year-old boy is calling you guys out, you bunch of losers.
I'm gonna go ask my 13-year-old kid what's up with this Paladin games. You never play.
We challenge you in Fortnite, motherfuckers. I don't even play Fortnite. That's how confident I am. I could beat you guys in Fortnite.
Right. I'll create a brand new account because I don't have an Epic account, and I will create a basic skin, nothing character, and we'll be able to mop the floor up with them.
That's right. Fuck GFNG.
And you can even do 1v1s in that game, so they can bring it.
What's up? 1v1 me, Alan, you motherfucker. Yeah, and you too, Jonathan, and you too, No, I was going to talk shit to Andy, but she's not part of the shit talking. She's just
and it's crossplay, so there's no reason
there's no reason you guys can't. Oh, we don't know how to crossplay. Oh, Xbox. Oh. We'll see who's really scared now, motherfuckers. Huh? All that shit you've been talking. Huh? How about that?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck you too, Evan, for dropping a diss track on us, you motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. What's up with that?
Fucking fuck you,
Traitor.
E.T. I
Is
thought
it
we were
another
friends.
show and the guys are like calling you guys out for stupid stuff?
These motherfuckers. You believe
Get
that
out.
shit? Yeah.
Get out.
Tell them, Normie, yeah. Fuck, get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You heard it. You heard it first here.
Anyways.
Next one. Jedi Light says, hey, Mayo, what are the current minimum and recommended system requirements to become a member of the PC Master Race?
Oh, here we go.
Ooh,
Drop it to him.
3 hours later, Mayo's going to be going through all the CPUs.
$10,000.
If you want this CPU, you're going to do this, this, and this.
Short and sweet. I would look for something with at least 8 gig of RAM with a 10 series graphics card or better from NVIDIA and an Intel i5 processor or better. And that will get you at 60 plus FPS on pretty much, any kind of 1440 or 1080p monitor. So I would definitely start in that area. I wouldn't get a 9 series graphics card from NVIDIA. AMD wise.
Would you recommend them an AMD CPU? Aren't they a little bit cheaper usually?
Yeah, definitely. I would recommend AMD. They're a little cheaper. They run a little hotter, but price-wise, they're going to be a little more. They'll give you more performance, I guess, for the money. But it just seems like the NVIDIA stuff on the other end has better overall performance and overclocks better, and just seems to be more solid. Now, the new AMD CPUs and stuff are supposed to overclock really well and stuff too, but that stuff just all seems to run hotter and just doesn't seem to be as well optimized as NVIDIA and Intel.
I had to get a new cooler for my CPU, and it's a Ryzen 5. Yeah, I had to buy a new cooler for this fucking thing. It kept overheating, like playing Sea of Thieves, and I was streaming. The shit would just overheat and just shut off.
Jeez.
Yeah.
With a conservative amount of money, you think is good to get a decent computer?
I would say you can build them for $500. Very tricky. There is websites out there where you can find like a $500 build where they'll list all the parts and they'll tell you where to get them, and you can put it together and do it yourself. I would say, to be safe, I would say like 700 range is probably where you're going to start. But that's also like,
you're going to have a decent PC, Normie.
Yeah.
Well, the kid wants to start playing PC. And he rolls his eyes. He's like, fine, I'll join him. If you can't beat him, join him kind of deal. Right. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for you to have a nice,
I think
PC.
for $500, you could probably get a PC that's mostly on par with like current consoles, like the Xbox One X. For $500, you can totally make a computer that's like, that has almost the same specs as an Xbox One X, which is the world's most powerful console at the moment. So it wouldn't be a bad gaming experience. It's just not going to be like super crazy hardcore, you know what I mean? But it'll still look good.
I'm going to be hitting you guys up because, he wants to.
Definitely.
I promised him I'd help him buy a car. So I think the car's a little more important. But if he wants to spend his work money on a PC, then so be it.
I think I have a 20-year-old son, and he realized one day that I can't play Dad's PC the whole time when I get ready to move out, and I kind of need my own, So we built him one last year, and I think he probably spent about $700 or $800 in his, and his is AMD with an Intel CPU, and he bought a little bit at a time. And I did have somebody ask me before if I recommended buying one part at a time. If that was like Nipron actually, and yes and no. Like you can buy one part at a time, but don't take 2 years to do it.
Right.
Because what happens is your parts aren't going to be fully optimized. So if you're buying a CPU today, and then CPUs kind of change just minimal. It's a minimal change every couple of years. But say in a year, a new CPU could come out, and it might only be about 3% better. But all the motherboards are going to come out, and the prices are going to be the same price you paid for your CPU you haven't even used yet.
Right.
So it can be a mixed bag. Like you could buy like your hard drives and your computer case, and like RAM speed, like DDR4 is the current. Like DDR4 is probably going to be around for 5 to 6 year range. So you could probably buy your RAM now and have that done. And then you could buy like your CPU cooler. If you want to buy a closed loop water cooler, they're universal. So you can buy that now, and it's out of the way. I would just kind of wait for the last probably 3 purchases I would make. Is, I mean, you have a plan, but like motherboard, GPU, which is your graphics card, and your CPU would probably be the last 3 I would purchase.
Okay.
Just knowing what parts I have beforehand to make sure they're all compatible with the new motherboard. But most of the times, all that stuff's going to be because your power supply, your RAM, all that stuff's going to be still relatively current. Your hard drives aren't even going to matter. You could use 3-year-old technology and not have an issue.
Very cool.
Yeah, Normie's going to be in the master race. Woo!
Not me. Not me.
PC knowledge
If that
on you
trader
folks.
wants to go over there, fine.
All right, well, that's all we have for questions today, people, unless we got some on.
We've got
Discord.
one.
You got one, yeah.
One from Nipron, another one he asked on Discord, which was when making a sandwich, do you put the cheese after the mayo and mustard, or do you place it on top of other ingredients?
Mayo is always on top.
It goes
Mayo on top.
mayo, and then like mustard or ketchup or whatever I'm putting on there, and then like tomato, and then lettuce.
See, like
Lettuce has to
I
be
do my
touching the
toppings
meat.
last.
Lettuce has to be touching the meat or the cheese. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I usually
So
put it
it's
on
like-
after the cheese.
Yeah, I put mayo on each side of the bread first, and then the meat touches the mayo,
Yeah.
the lettuce touches the meat,
Yep.
and the cheese touches the lettuce.
Yep.
So the lettuce is in the middle, everything is on the outside, and the bread is on the outside with the mayo.
I'm with Normie there. Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
all
you
we
for
have.
that good question. You're in big trouble now because now I'm hungry for a sandwich.
I am too.
Get it,
Yeah.
Johnny.
I want fucking sandwich. We got one sandwiches.
It's your
Anyways,
fault,
people.
Johnny.
Woo! We're done with questions, and Normie has to go, so I'm trying to get her out of here as quick as possible. But people, thank you for listening to the podcast. Normie, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter under Normie477, or you can find me on Facebook under Norma Null, Null. And if you do Instagram and you want to find me there, you can find me under Normie. I think it's under Normie477. But if you want to game with me, right, and you want to be my friend and you want to play on the best console ever, Xbox, you can find me under Normie Bug, and I won't be a traitor. I won't go to the PC race. But actually, I love you all. You guys are awesome. Thank you for letting me hang out with you guys.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Normie.
coming on.
Normie, next
It's
time
good
needs to
seeing
be
you after all this
a
time.
Four Loco show. We need to plan that.
Yes, totally in.
We need to get Sean in here, and you, and Four Locos, and Ryan, and everyone. Four Loco time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Logo time! Where's my logo?
Bye, Normie.
Yeah.
Bye. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Love you, Normie. Bye.
Bye.
Anyways, you can find me, ladies and gentlemen, on mixer.com/JesusWalkslot or JesusWalkslot.com. That's my Mixer account. You can go there, follow me, mixing things up on Mixer. Is that what you call it? Streaming? Mixing things up?
Mixing things on the streamer.
Mixering it up. I don't know what I'm saying. You find me on there streaming, guys. Woo! Streaming Apex. Woo! And sucking ass. Woo!
Carrying me.
How's those
Carry me
embers
along.
doing? How are we? Are we getting
Look,
close to
Mayo
50?
was talking shit about my controller yesterday. Oh, the
Hey,
controller.
no.
sucks.
I wasn't talking crap. I was saying whatever makes you play the best because you're gonna have to carry me.
Exactly.
Because remember,
Exactly.
it was our guest that was playing with us that
Oh, yeah,
said,
that
"Wait a minute,
fucker. Yeah, he was
you're
talking
playing on a
shit.
PC with a controller? Oh no!"
I was
And-
like, yeah, motherfucker, what's up? And I actually ended
I-
up getting more kills than that guy during the whole time we
Right,
played.
because I said I watched you play the night before, and you were wrecking it. You had some 5-kill rounds or something like that, eliminating whole squads. And I said, if you're playing with the controller and you can do that, I am fine with that.
Yeah.
get a
And the
pass.
thing is, people don't realize that when I say I'm playing with the controller, I'm playing with the Elite controller. So, like, I don't have to move my hands to, like, reload. I don't want to move my thumb to reload. I don't I don't move my thumb to change weapons. I don't move my thumb off of the stick to like heal myself. I don't move my thumb to change to a grenade. So like all those are set to these paddles, and it helps a lot on a PC,
So,
right?
I don't play shooters on a controller really. I'm horrible at it. Like I over aim, under aim. Just is it a lot of just pretty much striping? I mean, you use a lot of that because
it's a lot of moving and jumping, like knowing where you're gonna be shooting, and kind of shooting in the general direction, but a lot of like just strafing, like try to keep moving to the left and to the right.
Because the thing I think of too is the controller is going to snap back to a certain place, kind of like your direction.
Yeah.
So when you let go, you know what center is. Or on the mouse and keyboard, you do kind of lose what track a center can be because you're looking around and you're moving around a lot.
So fast. Yeah.
So, I mean, I still think mouse and keyboard is more precise when it comes to shooting, but I think the controller, the movement is better, like the character movement and your mobility.
Yeah, and that's
Apex,
key in Apex, dude.
I was going to say, Apex is a big game of mobility, so I feel like there's nothing wrong with playing a controller on Apex.
You could just strafe in, and it's like Apex is like Call of Duty, and it makes sense that it's like Call of Duty because the people who made Apex are the people who originally made Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. So they're the ones who came up with that shooting, and that's the whole strategy to shooting. The whole strategy in Call of Duty when you're playing the multiplayer to get a lot of kills and to keep mobile, keep moving, and keep strafing. And you are always going to get kills that way, no matter what. You can probably get kills as long as your gun is shooting faster than the other person's and you're hitting them just a little bit more, you're going to get them before they get you most of the time. And it makes sense that the shooting feels the same way in Titanfall, then it feels the same way here on Apex. So it's not like PUBG. PUBG, I would never play with the controller. It's way too slow. It's hard. On an Xbox, of course, I played it with the controller, but that's because I'm playing against other people with the controller.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
we've seen what that can be like. Just playing PUBG in general,
PUBG
it's hard.
is ridiculous, dude. Like what I hate about PUBG is I can never see people, and somehow they like just. I mean, there was this one guy I was playing against the other day. I heard him coming. I saw him crash the car into a fence. I was camping this house. I see him getting shot at by some other dude from like a mile away behind him. That's who he was running from. I see him hiding, and I take shots at him, and I can't get a fucking headshot. And I'm trying my hardest to like get a fucking headshot. I have like I forget what it was, a sniper rifle, I think. And I'm shooting at this dude, and I can't get a fucking headshot. And I hit him 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, dude. And literally, he stuck his head out. Not even half a second. He turned around. He noticed where I was at. He went behind the container, leaned out. Less than half a second, he headshot. One shot. Kaboom! And blew my head away. And I'm fucking... I'm like, I shot you like 10 times. What the fuck?
He kept healing up.
I don't know what he did. I don't know if I don't think he was healing because he was getting shot at by the other dude too. So like he was getting shot at from both directions. So he was just moving, and I kept shooting at him. And like I said, the dude kind of like I saw him turn around. He looked at me. He knew where I was at, obviously, right? Because he probably saw the window, probably saw me there or something. And I'm like crouched there at the window shooting at him, and I'm aiming at him, like I'm aiming at that direction, waiting for him to stick his head out. And I see him like lean out. Literally half a second, dude, and he fucking shot me in the head and killed me. And like it's like match is over, you're dead. It's like
I think in PUBG it's a lot of headshot going on. Like anytime I die, it's usually a one-shot headshot. I mean, it's very rare do I get hit multiple times, because you usually can respawn. Yep. Most of the times when I get taken out in that game, it's a one-shot headshot out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's just like
that's something. Man. The last time we played Mayo together. I mean, that was the last time I played it.
It's been a while.
Anything on. Because it was always my instinct to poke my head out after hiding behind the rock where I'm like, okay, I know the general direction of where it's coming from. Let me poke my head out there and see if I can see him. Boom, shot, dead.
Yeah.
Well, you should have poked your head out there.
And it could
leaned out, maybe.
Maybe I should be playing third person to get the hang of it a little bit better. I'm playing first person solos. So maybe I should start playing like third person solos to get the hang of it better. I don't know. I
think third person is more about your angles too, because it seems like people can abuse looking around a corner in third person.
Easily.
So And from my understanding too, is there's a lot more hacking in the third-person mode compared to the first-person mode, and I don't know why or if that's even true.
People
but
just
I hear
like
there's a
clip
lot
into
more.
the environment or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's completely true or not, but I've heard that before. And when I play in third-person mode, I think about that. I'm like, how many of these guys are hacking? How many guys are actually cheating, and stuff like that too. So.
Yeah, I tend to play first person. But anyways, people, yeah, you can find me on Mixer playing games. Find me on Steam, Jesus Walks Loud. Find me on Epic, Jesus Walks Loud. Find me on Xbox, Jesus Walks Loud. Find me on PlayStation Network, GSUS Walks Loud. This week, people, right now, Tetris Effect is on sale once again, $19.99. Pick it up if you haven't on your PlayStation for the PlayStation VR. Also, what was I going to say?
Was it about the Tetris Mobile?
No.
Beat Saber?
Oh, Beat Saber has some new DLC too, I think. And it's on sale. Lots of games are on sale all the time on PlayStation. Just go and check them out. And PlayStation Plus games this month are already out, so go check those out. They actually ended up changing one at the last minute. You guys notice that?
No.
I saw
they announced that it was
Twitter.
like, they're like, oh, we're gonna give PES 2019 like that Pro Evolution Soccer, and then at the last minute it was like, oh, we're not gonna give that out. We're gonna give this out, and it was like a completely different fucking game. I was like, what?
It was some silly racer game.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? People were all probably hyped over the Pro Evolution Soccer, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, we're gonna give this other shit out. Like, okay.
It was some $5 game, that nobody ever played. So, but yeah, Xbox for the Game Pass, the new one that came out was the Shadow of War, and that was a game that they took out some of the microtransactions, like during that whole Star Wars debacle.
You should probably play that now on the Game Pass for the PC because they've actually, you're right, they balanced the game out. They did a patch where like they took out the microtransactions that were part of the game story. They took it out.
Like towards the end.
Yeah. So like now it's not so grindy towards the end. It makes it super hard to beat.
Yeah, it's a good game, and it looks really good. I fired it up on the Xbox One X today, and
that game looks beautiful on the Xbox One X.
4K again, looks beautiful. Yeah. Took some screenshots, killed some orcs.
Imagine it running at 300 frames. Woo! 10,000 frames. Woo!
Get an Xbox, folks. Go find me over there. Gamertag Gunny Chief. On the Steam machines, Gunny Chief. And on the Twitter, Gunny Chief. And the Mayo, where do we find you?
All right. You're going to find me, of course, on Steam as the Mayo 1, and you're also going to find me on Discord as the Mayo. On Xbox, I don't plug it very often. I'm not on there a whole lot, but since I am on the PC Game Pass and I do play my Xbox every once in a while, I am the Mayo 1 on Xbox. And then just lastly, I'll plug my Twitch. I don't stream a whole lot, but the Mayo 01 on Twitch, I will play occasionally and stream occasionally, and I think I will try to stream some of these original 8-bit Nintendo games this week. So if anybody has any requests that they want to see and bring back some memories, hit me up on the Discord, and I will try and coordinate a time and when I can play them, and I'll stream them for you.
Woo!
That tank game, I remember that game. You brought it up, just hit me with some memories.
Combat.
Oh yeah, Combat was so good. Hey, where do we find any sexy pictures? We can find you on your Instagram account, Mayo. Yeah.
No, I have an Instagram.
Should I not have said
use
anything?
it.
Okay.
No, I have an Instagram just to keep track of my daughters, who does a bunch of artwork on there. So that's the only reason I have Instagram. And my Facebook I don't really use because it's kind of a combination of my wife and mine, and I'm never really on it a whole lot. So
Sweet.
I won't plug that.
I got one too. I don't post much on there. But that's it, folks. End of the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Normie, for coming on the show.
Thank you, people. We love you. Bye. Peace out, Brussels sprouts, as Gidget would say. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. And if you're listening to this, you probably didn't blow your fingers up. And if you did, sorry. Like, that's a bad joke. I'm sorry if you blew your fingers up.
I hope you have them all.
But if you didn't blow your fingers up, it's cool. Yeah, it's a funny joke. Yeah, it's a funny, guys.
Shout out to Gib8777. Brush your controllers and go to bed.
Bye. We're done.
See ya.
Pull up ladders.
4th of July, America.